Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Comic Shop Conversations. I gotcha. So this is week 2 of the Comic Shop Conversations, and like I said, same format, different name. And tonight, the guys just decided that we're gonna look at my beautiful, glowing, shining face this evening. But yeah, we've got one on assignment and one who's working on assignments. So I figured I'll go ahead and I'll keep my face cam on. Right? I'm the star of the show. No, I'm kidding.
It's like the Ron Green show. It's your favorite show because it is your show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it is my show. But to be fair, everyone does come here for Kyle. So whether I like it or not, everyone's here mainly for Kyle. So who has decided not to talk because his microphone sounds bad. So we've got MG in the chat saying Nottingham, dude, another great issue this week. Another great issue. Yes, Josh. I don't know. That's the question that we're going to pose tonight. Is cancel culture still in comics? I don't know. What's happening, Jack Frost? Good to see you, brother. Yes, we unfortunately did have to kind of restart the computer before the stream, so we're glad to be here, though. Thank you. Yes, that is fair. Chris, what's happening, Chris? We've also got Cajun. Hail to you, brother. And I'm excited to get into some of the books that we read today, or this week. Sorry, excuse me. And then we've got 2 topics that we're going to cover. Real quick, though, I do want to say, keep your eyes open, because in the next probably few weeks, maybe within the next month, I will have a birthday gift for myself that is going to blow everyone's socks off. And Kyle also got himself a little early gift that I think is well earned, sir. And Drew should also have some art in as well. But that's for his own personal, work. So
we can't top you, Max. We know that. You know that.
I don't think I can top me.
You can't. You just keep putting your dick on the table, and it's like it's just not even fair.
No, I genuinely, with this next piece, I don't think anything that I will ever get after it is worth showing off.
That's probably true.
Because I would have to spend my life savings if I were to get anything else. Yeah.
And like I said, Max, I am very, very glad you made the decision on what you got. That's all I got to say.
Well, thanks to you guys. I mean, seriously, I seriously have you guys to thank, because I was going back and forth between what I wanted to do, and thanks to you guys, you pushed me to the right decision. Because ultimately, I think it looks incredible. So I think it'll be a good.
It absolutely is.
Purchase.
Yeah.
And hopefully, getting it in the ground floor now, dude. I think the piece that I got from the person that it is from is only going up. It can't miss. But yeah, no, it's if someone were to buy Danny Warren Johnson art in 2012,
Yeah.
Like, if you have art from him from then, and you know where he is now, bro. So,
I'm excited that you get to see. Like, I want to see this thing in person. Like, I'm so fucking jealous.
Well, no, I'm actually excited for yours, because I'm actually really interested to see the amount of detail. Like, I don't know what that looks like with pen and ink. So yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, no, I'm super thankful, and Drew has also found an incredible artist that's working on his stuff that I will show here in just a moment. But yeah, I think we've all got some really cool stuff to show off here within the next month or so. I know we're keeping it vague, we're keeping it mystery box like Jar Jar Abrams, but seriously, I can't
Except
spoil
there's
this.
a big difference. Is we have a plan. Except the difference is we have a plan. JJ didn't have a plan.
Correct. Yeah, we
Yep.
actually have a through line that's gonna have an
Yeah.
end goal. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I can't. I can't spoil yours. I definitely don't want to spoil mine. Like, I think everyone has to just see it in person because it's like, dude, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's like a gallery. You could open up like a gallery and just have that there.
just one piece. It's just one piece. And,
Yeah.
well, technically, it's more than one page.
Yeah. Yes.
So yes. But yeah, no, I'm kind of speechless. I don't know how I'm going to react once I get it. Now, hopefully, the shipping doesn't bend it or rip it or puncture it or anything like that. or lose it because I mean, well, yeah.
Oh,
This is gonna be coming from Spain or Italy. Where's this one coming from?
General Europe area, we'll say.
Okay.
all right.
I mean, Drew, I think you know where it's from, but just to keep the people guessing, we'll say Europe. But
Yep.
We've also got Mark McGrath in the chat. Hail to you, brother. Thanks for being here. Josh says for 24 months, a full 2 years. Thank you, sir. He goes, X-Ray was trying to call you while on her stream and you let her down, but then she got worried you'd think something is wrong. So she wanted me to tell you she's okay. And then she called. Oh, wait, what? What? What?
What the fuck is going on?
I don't think I can tell. Well, no, I mean, you're white. No. Yes, I did get something pretty epic. So, but seriously, yeah, I thanks to Kyle and Drew for their discernment and for pushing me in the right direction. Because it's a big buy and it's a birthday gift to myself. And it's, after this, I really got to stop spending money. But yeah. Also, still no Ariel Diaz commission or email.
Damn, man.
Ooh,
Got him.
No.
Wow.
Ariel.
It's like we warned
No.
him, or I might have warned him. Oh, I said too much.
Oh, gosh dang it, man. But I think here's the thing, Josh. By the way, thank you for the $2, brother. Once you get it, though, it'll be worth it. If you get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, I do think he is gonna get it. It's just gonna be like, it's just gonna be gorgeous, man. Like, I cannot wait for you to have that piece. But it's cool, and that's what I think is fun about collecting. Is like collectors get excited when their friends get stuff because they're like, "What'd you get? What'd you get?" It's just, I don't know. It's a really fun experience where it's like, oh, you MFer, because you're like jealous, but you also love it because you're like, that's amazing, right? It's a weird, I don't know. It's a weird feeling to like love how much.
Yes, it's a great feeling to know it's going to a good home. It's going to someone who truly loves it and appreciates it, and you're not just some jackass flipper out there. No,
seriously.
Like, honestly, Max, I'm already picking a good spot for you on your wall behind you, probably over your left shoulder. Right above Thor and Silver Surfer and Wolverine.
Right around here.
Up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I wonder. Yeah, because I don't know where I'd put these comics, though. I mean, it'd mean I'd have to get rid of Jim Lee comics.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You're putting up. Well, yes, you can. What you're putting up there trumps all three of those.
Frank Miller, Wolverine, Jim Lee, Avengers, and also Jim Lee, Wolverine, Punisher.
Yes, it does.
Those are classics. You can't get rid of them.
I think mine's better. I think I can replace.
Not even close. No.
Wrong.
Oh, so speaking of which, I was going to share this story because I thought that it was kind of funny. So the other day at work, we were getting fire safety training, and so we're learning how to utilize the the fire alarms and the fire extinguishers, and we're doing drills, and we're just kind of going through procedures and everything. And we're at the firehouse that is right by our place of work, our business. And outside is it was cool. It was really good, actually, very good experience. So it's like probably a group of 10 of us, and there's a woman within the group who has her mask on, and we're walking to the facility, and on the facility is a black American flag with the red, blue, and green lines, right? You guys have seen that before, right?
Yeah.
What's the green one? I don't know what the green one is.
Military.
Oh, okay. I have not seen that. Okay.
Blue is law enforcement, red is first responders, green is military.
Oh.
So I see that, and we start walking towards it, and I already am thinking, oh boy. So we have another woman who's with us who is foreign, and she looks at the American flag and she goes, oh no, what happened to the flag? And the woman with the mask is like, it's one of those cop flags. She says it like that.
Oh.
And I was like, oh. And the foreign woman was like, what? I don't understand. What is cop? What is cop flag? She's like, it's when they support cops, something like that. And so I just kind of went next to her and I said, so a lot of times when people want to support their military and their law enforcement and their first responders, they put up a flag that has a black background with the lines that represent the things that they respect and that they honor and that they whatever. And the mask lady just gave me like a glare, and I was like, what? What? Like, are we seriously like? What, do you want them to have a rainbow flag? Come on.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
It's California. Yes.
Yeah.
You should have coughed on her.
We were outside, so I mean, there's no place to hide. Apparently,
you can't run from it.
Yeah.
Please tell me she drives her car with the mask on.
I don't know. That's a good question, though.
If she even has a car, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not. Speaking of art and collecting and all that stuff, and Jim Lee, Kyle, you're going to get on that $35,000 Jim Lee commission plus 5%. Interest.
Already selling my car. It's worth it.
Yes.
Finally.
What are you gonna have him draw?
I don't know.
I think Dreamer.
I don't know yet.
Right?
Yeah, I think
Dreamer
and Amanda Waller.
Yeah. Maybe who's Jadzia Axelrod's character?
Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why I know that, but yes, Galaxy.
You gotta have the corgi in there.
Yeah. Jim Lee's Galaxy, $35K. That's worth it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Could you imagine if someone paid that and he's like, you want me to draw what now?
Who? He's like, not like Wolverine or Batman? Like, no, your good stuff, you asshole.
No. Come on.
Wait.
You're the one running the show at...
I was going to say, you make us like I hired these people to work here or something. Jeez. You did.
Yeah, Jim should know who Galaxy is. So
you would hope.
Yeah, that flag's better, Josh. You're right.
Thank you.
A straight line from Jim Lee cost $35,000.
Hey, it'd be the straightest line out there, though.
Would it be?
Yeah, it would.
I think it would be lazy. It would be straight, but it'd be lazy and it'd be really small. It'd just be like,
very Asian. But yeah, I honestly think it would be the best.
We have the best lines. We have the best commissions. We have the
straightest lines. Everyone says you got the straightest lines.
Everyone says it. At the LCS, there are a couple of customers, one's gay and the other bi, and they are all on the Pride comics. Why do you not go all in on that stuff too? Me? Why don't I go all in on Pride comics?
That's a good question. Why don't you, Max?
Yeah, why don't you?
I have read them before, And I think that we have it's the same thing. We've commented on it before, and it's the same comic over and over again, and nothing changes. And it's like, all right, well, I guess this is what it is now. So, and also that we're bigots. So, I mean, that's the biggest reason, though.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Jack was talking to Josh.
Oh.
Kyle can confirm that.
This is true, Josh. 100% agree.
I guess I would be more into them, huh? Yeah. Well, let's we were talking about art earlier and getting into some art and collecting and stuff. I do want to show off some recent art that is from our very own Drizzleberry Pop Tart. This is the newest page, correct?
Correct. Newest page from Unholy Nightmare from Rolio Mazzara. He is. It's amazing what he could. He's sick once again, but he's knocking these pages out, while he's sick, and I don't know how he does it. He's just killing it. It's each and every page. Got about 3 pages to go, and he's been a trooper. But yeah, I love it.
That's impressive. That's super impressive. Yeah, I'm really digging this bottom panel here. Also the speed lines. I like the speed lines here.
Yeah, but, that's one thing I really wanted to incorporate. You really wanted to incorporate the speed lines. I was like, yes, absolutely, do it. So there'd be plenty of panels with the speed lines.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, it looks great, man. This book is really coming together, and yeah, we are like finalizing pages right now. We're at the finish line, baby. So
yeah, we are. We're right there, and it's a great feeling.
Yeah. Now this is new. Our very own Kyle, not Kevin. This is his first introduction into the realm of potentially making his own comic book, and this is the first exclusive look at the inked interiors for Kyle's create your own comic book. Kyle, what do you got to say? What are we looking at here? Looks very eerie, very ominous.
Right. Yeah, this is page 2. Page 2 of the book. I'm working with an artist, Lorenzo Nicoletti. Nicoletti. He's a super nice guy. I found him through some Facebook groups, or he reached out. He was interested. I sent him the script. And this was one page that I wanted to see how he interpreted it, because I had it a certain way, and he's like, I think it would look better if we do it kind of this way. And I'm like, all right, we'll see what you got. And he pulled it off. He nailed it. He got exactly what I was looking for. And I'm super excited to see where the rest of this goes. But he has the first 5 pages done and inked right now, so he's chugging along. It's fun working with him because he's excited. He's willing to work with me. We're collaborating a lot. He's taking notes. He's saying, I think we should try this, and I'm like, cool, let's try it and see how it looks. And this is super exciting. I'm super excited for this to finally start becoming a thing. And
man. This is how many years in the making?
It's got a couple of years. It's been sitting on a shelf for a long time, so I'm excited to see it come to fruition here.
Hell yeah, dude. Same here. Can you give us a little bit of a plot synopsis, or do you want to hold back until we get some more? Like, do you want to reveal that later? Or?
So this is issue 1 of a 6-issue horror anthology series, all taking place in a time frame in Indiana history. These are all historically based, so it's all historical fiction. It's my interpretation of actual historical events that took place in Indiana throughout history.
And what was your first recollection of coming up with the idea?
So I I came up with this. So it was originally I was going to start writing a short story. I actually had the idea back when I was still in law enforcement, and I was just coming up with a theme and just kind of dealing with a lot of what I was going through at the time. And I'm like, I think there's a story here. So it started brooding when I was at work. So I would just kind of work on it while I was like on duty. I had a legal pad, and I would just kind of jot notes down. And then the more and more it came along, and talking with Sean, and I'm like, I think this could be a comic book. And then we started going back and forth, and then I started doing some more digging into Indiana history. I'm like, there's a lot of fucked up shit that's happened in Indiana.
Yeah.
I'm like, this all kind of ties in with what I'm trying to convey, so it just kind of just married itself perfectly. So that's kind of how this came about.
And the orgies that Sean wants will be at some point in this book, correct?
No, none of that.
Oh, all right. Good to know.
No orgies.
No.
No orgies, no sexy covers, no booby covers. None of that stuff is going to be in this book. So
I'm out.
I know. Sorry.
Yeah. I gotta have the booby covers. Gotta have the
know.
sexy AI covers. So
I know.
It's not for me, but
Sorry.
no, this is gonna be rad, man. The fact that it's an anthology, the fact that it's a horror, this is gonna be a lot of fun. So the two brothers getting out these horror comics, man. It's gonna be rad to see this come to fruition, like you said. Now, would you and Drew, do you think you guys would ever collaborate on a comic to write anything, or are you guys too different?
I think we're pretty different.
Yeah. And plus, and honestly, if certain parties are involved, it's not going to happen.
True. Yes, very true. It would have to be completely creator owned and independent. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we're very different.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
And that is fine, because I will most likely never make a comic. So.
You don't know that.
What story do I have to tell? What,
with the amount of original art that you own, you could easily come up with something.
No, I don't think so. How about new? No, I don't know. I feel like if I were to make a comic, it would have to be something that like a tattoo. I would have to have it in my brain for like a year where I just like obsess over it. And I'm like, I have to tell my story, right? Like I have to get this on paper and have other people experience it or see it or something. But I would go all in. Like I would spend like all my money to get like top notch artists, and like I would just be too perfectionist about it. And I don't think you can do that with art. Like a lot of the times I feel like art has to just sometimes be really free flowing. And I would want mine to be like, no, I want this artist. I want it to be about this thing. And it like, I don't know. And plus, like I said, I don't have a story to tell. I don't have anything that I want to like, put out there. So, whereas you guys
Max,
have stuff that
you're 100% right. Yeah. I mean, the artist really can make or break a comic. And for me, so Max, the 2 pages I've shown you, a certain comic, I've shown you, Josh, and X-Ray Girl. No one else has really seen them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. That comic would not be happening right now if I hadn't locked him in. So
yes,
and if I didn't have him, I wouldn't be doing it right now. So I am all the more proud to have this guy locked in.
100%, man. Yeah, he is incredible and is doing great things with your book, dude. And I'm very grateful that you found him and that he's gonna be working with you directly. That's plus you have such a great relationship with your artists that I'm sure this guy will be no different, right? So
yeah, it's amazing when you actually don't ignore the artists. You converse with them. You check in on them. You just ask them how they're doing.
Yeah, communicate effectively.
Yeah,
it's important. It's important. 100%.
Yeah, pay your artists and communicate with them. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's one thing you do, and they'll want to keep working with you.
Yeah, no, I can't agree more. And I think you guys see that and respect that, whereas a lot of other people are just like, artists work for me, and I'll tell them whenever they get paid, or like, they can figure it out on their own. Like, I don't need to hold their hands, but it's not that. I think it's so much more of just a collaborative relationship. Like, hey, we're working on this goal together. We're going to get there. But we got to talk about this stuff. Cause Kyle, I think you said this before, comics, whether we like it or not, it's a business. It is art. Yes. It's culture. Yes. But at the end of the day, it's dollars. It's how much can we make from this product that we're selling? So it's a business, and sometimes you have to be more business-like with your artists on timelines, time frames, budgets, things like that. So
yeah, it's a fine line you have to go through. It's like I want to be respectful of them and not say, okay, here's my script. This is how many, I wrote page 1, panel 1, panel 2, panel 3. It's like, it's got to be this, and this. This is how I fucking want it, and you do it that way because I said so. It's like, no, I'm like, well, what do you think? I'm like, this is how I wrote it. Do you think it would look better with 2 panels instead, 3 panels? Like, I'm up, we can work together on this. It's not set in stone.
And I think it takes kind of a humble mindset to say, hey, you know what? I may have to use your discernment, because you may know better than me. If you're a graphics guy, if you're an artist, like, you may know better about what this page may look like or whatever. But then there are things that you don't want to compromise on, where you're like, nope, in my head, this is how I want it on the panel. So,
right.
But no, I think it is good to kind of have some humility every now and then to ask the artist and say, you're the expert, right? That's what they did with the Marvel method. Hey, let's write a story about the Fantastic Four, go to the grocery store, and then Jack Kirby just draws it. So there you go.
Right.
MG says, what if you were a character in your own book and you went to a club and got kicked out, but went back because of disrespect and it had digital assets? Ooh.
You stole my idea. Son of a bitch.
I mean, yeah, damn. Now, would my character, so I write myself in the book, would my character have trained myself to do extraordinary things, but one of them would not be flying?
Would
I get, maybe I can be falling, right? And then all of a sudden I fall into a car.
Wow.
What do you guys think? Is that
I'm sold. I can picture that right now. Wow.
Am I on to something here? I think I might be on something.
You're onto something.
Can't miss.
No, can't miss.
No.
That's a must miss.
It's a must miss. Yeah. So, but that's creator owned stuff. Let's talk about our first topic of the evening, and I'm going to share my sound on this one because this is interesting. So, as one might do, I'm scrolling through the old twit-twats, and I came across Mark Miller of the podcast Miller Time, and he has tons of like incredible artists and podcasters and personalities, artists, writers. He has them on his show all the time. And this one, he was talking about cancel culture. So he clipped it. It's about a 4-minute video, and we'll go through it. But this is Carrie Andrews, fantastic illustrator. Do you guys remember the Amazing Fantasy series that he did in 2021?
Yeah, it had a good start. Okay. Then it went to Kooky Town, but it had a decent ending. Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was super fun, and his art just absolutely crushed it. So
yes,
what's happening?
He never phones it in.
Correct. Yeah. So Carrie's a great guy. He's got some incredible art. You've also got Adam Kubert on this podcast. Yes, the Adam Kubert, who we so famously know him by Wolverine 75 with the bone claws. That is just such a cool book. And then some other guy, some other turd that Kyle really likes. So because he may or may not have wrote a book that Kyle is famously in love with. So But yeah, so I'm just gonna play this, and we'll kind of play and pause. If you guys have anything, let me know. But this is Mark Miller talking to these three gentlemen about cancel culture in comics.
Like rejection can destroy your life. Like if you're canceled, if you're publicly humiliated, if you're shamed, you will lose your job, you lose your income, you lose your family, you may go to jail. Like all these things, it's such a high stakes. It's a weird. Like I don't think life has ever been more high stakes socially. I don't think we live.
That's such an interesting way to phrase that. Social high stakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like the fact that just by being socially interacting with people can get you canceled because of something that you might say, maybe didn't even say. You know?
Yeah.
But,
Living as much. Like.
Go ahead, Drew.
Well, I would say that is a concern. I guess if you're working for the big two and that is where your bread and butter is, and you're not willing to go out on your own, then yeah, I can understand that.
You could sorry, say that one more time.
I can understand how you'd be very socially concerned about that if your bread and butter, if like your livelihood, if most of your work is with the big two, Marvel and DC.
Yes. Like if you were a career comics creator where your income is based off of what you are writing or illustrating.
Yeah. But we have seen several creators who have been able to converse with people outside the norm, and still succeed. Great.
Yeah.
Not one, not two, not three, not five, and over a dozen or more.
Yeah. This is kind of interesting. MG says, what if Dennis Camp was on your show and he said cancel culture didn't exist? It was just criticism. Then he said he wrote his personal politics into his book.
No, it's consequence culture.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Drew. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Josh. What was the other thing I couldn't? Oh yeah, so we'll keep going.
Civil strife as we did through the civil rights era, that sort of thing. But we live in such a fucking war of social tyranny.
That's a crazy term too. Social tyranny. I mean, that is what a cancel pig is, using social tyranny to weaponize against people. That's
not exaggeration.
No, not at all. I don't think so.
No,
that's pretty accurate.
I was going to say, but yeah, I mean, because he also mentioned, there are people who have lived through the civil rights movement. There are people who have lived through, wars, like multiple wars. And now people haven't lived through anything like that. So they're making stuff up to feel like they have a purpose or some sort of cause to fight, right? And so their cause, I guess, is this kind of social tyranny that Carrie's talking about here.
Social conflict, social danger. I feel like even doing a podcast with some friendly chums here.
Yeah.
I say the wrong thing, my life is over. It's a weird state of mind, and I think for most people, the natural response to that is I better just say nothing. I better do nothing. I better not make anything. But I think.
Do you guys think that that's fair? Like that a lot of creators are holding back because they're afraid of being canceled?
Oh, it's true, 100% true. I've talked to our buddy Joe Corallo, and I've talked to others within the industry, and a lot of them say they cannot say what they really think or feel for fear of reprisals. It is true. Yeah. It exists. It's out there.
Yeah. Yep. And I wonder if comics are suffering, like if the art is suffering because people are holding back with their art. They're not making women voluptuous, or they're holding back with their storytelling, and they're going, I don't want to get into this this topic, or maybe we should talk about BLM because that's culturally, really big in the news right now, but we won't cover gun control. Like just things like that where it's like they'll do what's safe and not necessarily the thing that's going to actually maybe cause a conversation to happen. because there is no conversation. If you're found guilty by the people, by the cancel pigs, you're done. Like Carrie said, you could be on a podcast, say the wrong thing, you no longer have a job after that. That's pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
You could be working for Disney. You could be on a date, and you could say that, everything about Disney is garbage and everything. And before you know it, you're fired later that afternoon.
Yep. You could say that Disney is not hiring any white people, and that they are only hiring them for CFO positions. And so, but yeah, no, it is kind of an odd thing to think about that we are. And I mean, well, I'll bring this up once the other gentleman speaks here, but once you hear what he says, I'm going to bring up Ed Piskor because I think we all know what happened there, but I'll continue to play the clip.
Actually, the better response, the more helpful response is to just fuck you. I'm just going to do it.
I think the cancel.
That's pretty rad.
I love it. That's what it should be. It's like, you should be careful about this. Like, no, fuck you, I'm doing it. I don't care.
Yeah. No, like 100%. Like, I think people are fed up with cancel culture. Like, I truly think people are sick and tired. And granted, most of the people that are on this panel are all leftists. Like, they're probably all far leftists. And yet even they are still like, dude, cancel culture has gotten way out of hand. So I'm glad that you've got guys like Mark Miller, Carrie Andrews, Adam Kubert, who are just going to be like, F you, man. I'm making my art. Like, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. If I want to tell a story a certain way, I'm going to do it. And damn those who want to try and cancel me. So that's takes balls.
It does.
Yeah, it does. Especially when you work with Marvel and DC. It absolutely does.
Yes. Yeah, another woman who is canceled. You could say your pronouns are beep, bop, boop, and then, well, she hasn't won anything in a lawsuit at all, MG. But I think if we can get to discovery, hey, that would be great. But
no, that's more valuable than any dollar figure. That discovery.
Yes, 100%. So
Cancellation thing is a bit overblown.
So now we get to someone who is wearing a Hamas like.
Is this Sally Ahmed?
No, this is the writer of Kyle's favorite book, 20th Century Men.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Dennis, whatever the fuck his name is.
Dennis Denim Chicken.
Yeah,
Denny's Camp.
Yeah,
Dennis Camp.
Denim Dan.
Dennis Camp. Looks like fucking Cat Stevens. Who is this fuck?
Dude, like the beard and the Hamas like scar, I'm just like, what is happening right now? But yeah, he is going to say that cancel culture is overblown because marginalized people and those voices that were never be able to be heard are now being heard, and people get offended and don't like that.
Cocksucker. All right.
Oh, excuse. Sorry. Are you okay?
Sorry.
I think
I'm
you
good. Sorry.
Off there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what you're seeing is a lot of people who haven't had a voice have a voice and are complaining about things that have been said to them or done to them over years that have hurt them, and that's kind of they're finding a way to express that, and I think that's okay.
They're finding a way to express that by killing a man.
Yeah, and it's okay because it hasn't happened to me yet.
Right. Yeah, because once the cancel mob finds Dennis Camp Chicken, Dennis Camp, right?
Yep.
Once they find him and they go, your book offended me. We don't want you to work in the industry anymore. You're done. You're out. You support this thing or that whatever. He's going to be like, well, cancel culture. I mean, is he going to say, well, these are just marginalized people who haven't had their voice heard, so we should listen to them?
Right. No, he won't. He'll be like, oh, never mind. No, I'm sorry. How many more pro-Palestinian things can I have around me?
Well, yeah, that's the thing, and that's always what we come back to, right? Is it'll never be good enough.
Nope.
Never, ever, ever. He will say, "I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to offend anyone. Please don't cancel me." Doesn't matter, because the second you apologize, we've seen this multiple times on Twitter, on YouTube, and like journalists who've published this. You can apologize, and they'll say, either that's not good enough, you need to do more, you need to take action on it, or it's not good enough, you should have apologized a different way.
Oh,
Right.
well, Max, that's the trap, Max. We would, it's never good enough. It doesn't matter what you do. It is never, ever, ever good enough until you kill yourself.
Which is what we saw, and that's what I don't. That's what I don't get about his take specifically, because he's saying that underprivileged or marginalized people, or people who haven't been heard before, they're now getting to speak up. But by speaking up, they got a man killed because they thought that he may have done something immoral. Never proven, never taken to court.
They're the morality police. Yeah, they think that they're the morality police, the self-attested, the self-imposed morality police, and that everything should go through them, that they are right and everyone else is wrong.
I would actually go one step further, Drew. I would say that they're the morality Gestapo.
Oh,
because I mean, really,
yes, I like that.
Really think about it. If they're the police, they'd go, "Hey, sir, can you show me your ID for me real quick?" But if they're the Gestapo, they're going to go, "Let me see the papers. Did you have your apology papers? And if you do not have your apology papers, then you die."
Wait, you can't stop and frisk anymore. What the hell? That's not really accurate. Oh, okay. Is it? Do you think that it's more? Do you think that it is more of like them trying to police people on their speech? Like, are they tone policing? Maybe. Did I go too far with the Gestapo thing? I don't know. No, I don't think so. No.
But I do think that someone who says that cancel culture is overblown is putting their head in the sand, or they are totally fine with allowing other people to attack and weaponize their perceived faults, discrepancies, marginalization, whatever it may be. So,
well, you know why he likes it? Because it gives him a job opportunity. Someone gets taken out of that spot, it goes to him. Maybe,
I guess so. Mark says everyone has the right to be heard. Cancel culture is something else entirely. Sure, absolutely, but I don't think that's what Dennis Camp is saying.
No,
he's saying other people have finally been able to speak their truth or whatever, quote unquote. I don't think that's what he said, but he's basically saying other people are saying what they have felt all this time. But maybe, in the 60s and maybe in the 50s and 60s, people weren't able to speak their mind. Absolutely. Maybe they felt like their speech was oppressed during that time. But now in 2024, are you kidding me? For the past decade, they've been able to speak their mind openly, freely, with zero consequence.
Yeah, you want to silence political opponent. You want to silence people that disagree with you politically under the guise of they are underrepresented, marginalized people. You're saying, well, they're marginalized. We need to give them a voice. But in reality, we want to silence anybody that disagrees with me socially, politically, culturally. But no, they're marginalized.
Yeah.
You're a bigot if you don't agree. No, you got to let them speak. And if you don't agree with them, then fuck you. We got to fire you. So it's bullshit.
That's an excellent point, because look at that. I don't know if you guys saw that Star Wars video where it's like that cringe YouTubers who were online, and they were saying like, it doesn't matter your race, your gender, your sexuality. Star Wars is for everyone, and we are gonna like the things that we like, and there are more of us. There are more of us than there are of you, like the bigots. And basically, they're saying Star Wars is for everyone, except for the people who don't agree with us. you know. And I think that's kind of what you're saying is like a lot of these people, their voices are being placed above others because it's like, you know, because they're saying we want to make all these other voices not heard because you're wrong. You have the wrong ideology or politics or whatever it is. We're the right ones. Now that doesn't necessarily play into like cancel culture. Cancel culture is more so we think that you did something bad, so we are going to shut you up or we're going to end your career type of thing. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, we'll keep going a little bit more.
It's okay. I mean, I think when, you know, Harvey Weinstein didn't get canceled, Harvey Weinstein was a rapist who got caught for being a
Harvey Weinstein, yeah, was a criminal.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's a completely unfair representation of what he's referring to.
Yeah. Ed Piskor, I mean, may have been inappropriate, but no crime was committed. He wasn't even soliciting.
Correct.
There was not even any solicitation.
Were taken out of every messages were taken out of context. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if he's saying like, oh well, Ed Piskor, but like, is he comparing like an Ed Piskor to a Harvey Weinstein? Because that is like,
I think so. Yeah, he absolutely is. He's considering them in the same camp
because both of them were. I mean, Harvey, like you said, Harvey Weinstein wasn't canceled per se. He was, you know, he was obviously a criminal. So, but yeah, this was kind of a weird point. I don't know where he was trying to go with this, but we will continue forward.
Being a rapist, I have said some pretty radical things in my work. I wrote a comic book called 20th Century Men.
Hey, we know that one.
Hey,
we do.
Kyle's book.
Poppin' Polly. It was his pick of the week every week.
Wait. No, I thought that was Kyle's pick of the week.
The first issue, I said it could be. I wanted to see how it ended. Issue 2 was dog shit. And then everyone subsequently from that was more dog shit.
Wow.
Well, you know what?
Turntables.
Well, you know what? The great David Mamet, my favorite writer on the planet, he famously said, everyone can write a great first act. And hey, he did.
I haven't read 20th Century Men issue 1 in a long time. I was like, I can go back, but I was like, there may be something here where it could be good. And it wasn't.
So what you're saying is it had potential.
Correct.
Okay. I wonder if we will have to go back and revisit that and see.
That was a short.
See if there's any validity to your statement.
There might be. It came out I don't know when that was. It was a while back.
But at least 2 years ago.
Apparently, your champion here, your mentor, your god. He's saying that he put some pretty radical things in 20th Century Men.
Oh, he definitely did.
So, yeah.
Well, I don't know about that, but because it was a bad book, the book would have got canceled.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like if you put the right things in your book, regardless of how controversial they are, you put something about abortion in there, which is a very hot topic right now. If you put abortion in your book and you say like, you know, women's health care that abortion is health care, right? Then people are going to be like, oh, you're not going to get canceled for that. But if you say the opposite, you will get canceled for that.
100%.
Right? So that's the juxtaposition that I don't think he's recognizing. So.
Nope.
That was very, very, I think, potentially could have offended a lot of people. And I didn't get any kind of blowback that I didn't think was.
Yeah, because you have the right talking points.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Nobody fucking read the book anyway. So
well, that too. Other than Pop and Polly, but
yes.
It was pretty normal. I think what you're seeing is a lot of people who haven't been challenged for their views are starting to get challenged for their views, and that is hurting them or offending them in their.
Wow.
Whoa.
Have you guys been challenged on your views? Do you guys feel like you're hurt now? Are you offended that people are are challenging your views? Hey, listen.
Shit.
my view from the beginning of my life in 1993 when I was birthed, my views, my politics have never been the popular thing ever in media, in culture, in art, in whatever. There has never been a moment where I have felt like, wow, they're really representing those Christians well. Or like,
Right.
wow, look at how well they're representing conservatives. Wow. Not once. So I don't know. You guys can disagree with me though, but I don't feel like we've ever had something that's like, go Christian conservatives. You know?
No, I'm trying to think. Has there been anything? I had to go back in my Rolodex and see.
Maybe like 2001 when everyone was like, fucking let's go America, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's probably about it. Yeah.
yeah.
You got Toby Keith out there.
Yeah. Where were you when they built the ladder to heaven? Cancel culture is just criticism. Dennis Camp.
Yeah, that's basically how he's saying what it is.
No, that's actually to really sum up all of his talking. That seems like what he's trying to say. It's a good point. Zaxx says, when marginalized people think for themselves, these people destroy them.
Mm.
Oh man. I was 11 when I was born. Ooh. Chris, so you're 41? That's 41 years young. Yeah.
They're making it a little bit overly sensitive. Now, I'm not saying that's universal.
Oh my God. Wait, hold on. He said overly sensitive.
Overly sensitive. Now, I'm not saying that's universal.
He's calling the people in cancel culture overly sensitive. You people killed a man.
Yeah. Well, he was just overly sensitive. He was just too sensitive.
No, you're right. I guess we're overly sensitive. You can't be called by the wrong pronouns, but we are overly sensitive. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. That's no. Actually, no, Kyle. He's right. He's right. If someone is teaching my kid about transitioning, I'm going to be overly sensitive. So that he's right. He's right.
That tracks.
Yeah. No, it tracks.
So, but I do think it's a little overblown, the idea that we're going to get canceled.
Is he in a bathrobe?
Mark is in a bathrobe. What an absolute Chad.
I love
he
it.
Just got out of the shower in his mansion, and he's got like a pimp robe on, like his who's the Playboy?
Hugh Hefner?
Hugh Hefner. He's got the Hugh Hefner robe on. All he needs is a little pipe.
He's earned it.
Dude. Yeah. I mean, look at he's sitting in front. Mark is an absolute Chad because he's sitting in front of all his books that have made him all the millions of dollars that he's sitting on in his like total G robe. Like, God, I love Mark Miller, dude.
This is so awesome.
So great. Yeah. And he's about to shut this. He's about to go, no, cancel culture is very real. So
I think with social, I was just going to say, I think with social media, you have to learn.
Oh, sorry. Adam kicks in here and agrees with Carrie Andrews.
To ignore, 95% of what's out there and 99% of what's said about you. You know, Carrie, I completely agree with you. You got to say, fuck you. I'm going to do this. This is what I want to do. I say that every day with the work in front of me. I'm going to do this because this is what I want. And this is what I like to do.
Boom. Right there. That's why he's the GOAT.
And he's a white male. So that helps too.
Well, yeah, that too. Well, they're all white males except for you know who.
Exactly. So what does that tell you?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I mean, let's look at all their work, right? Let's look at the opinions and then let's look at the work. Carrie Andrews, bold, bombastic, incredible, artwork. Adam Kubert, legend of our time, created some beautiful artwork. Mark Miller has I would say maybe most has made the most money from his comics than maybe any other creator other than Alan Moore. All three of these guys, top of their game. And what have they all said? Fuck cancel culture. I'm going to do whatever I want. So,
yeah.
To do. I'm not in this. I'm not drawing comics because for any other reason that this is something that I love. I love telling story with pictures, period.
Drew, what he said here, that always, I feel like this is something you resonate with a lot too, is because like Adam's just straight up, I do this because I like it. I don't do this because I want to put, I don't do this for the paycheck. I don't do this to like insert my politics anywhere. I just like it, and I think that's what's really wholesome and just genuine about Adam is like, he's just like, I could choose anything else on this world to do, but I love writing comics, sorry.
Same here. You're right, Max. I do. And Aaron had to remind me not too long ago. He's like, I'm in a position to say no with the work I've gotten, with the notoriety I have. He said, you can say no now. And it's a great feeling. When there's a story, someone pitches you and you don't like it, it's like, just tell them no. It's like, all right, no, I'm not going to, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
For any other reason that this is something that I love. I love telling story with pictures, period.
I totally agree that doing the work is the best thing you can do, and doing work that's true to you is the absolute best thing you can do. I just disagree. I feel like everybody here has been very successful in doing work that way, right? Like everybody has a career, everybody's been able to make money, everybody's been able, so it's a few people getting angry or complaining about things maybe that for them are legitimate is not really canceling. I mean, it's just
bullshit.
It's just having
a few people. Just a few people. He is fucking insane.
Yeah. There aren't mobs attacking, creators or actors or actresses or anything like that. Said beep bop boop in their profile. So,
or news reporters going to those people's homes, family members' homes.
Yep. On showing their address and speaking to their family members. Yeah. But it's
wow.
At least he's being cordial. He's like, listen, I agree with this, but I disagree that he like I'm just bad. He's just being like, listen, I don't think cancel culture is that bad. I just think that people are giving their feedback. I'm like, ooh, no.
Hey, the Nazis did a few bad things. They may have had a couple camps, but no one was really dying or anything there. Come on.
I mean, they were just giving the Jewish people feedback on their work.
Well, and ironically in all of this, he's talking about how those marginalized people need a voice. And he's saying that there's a few people who this is happening to who are now marginalized. So shouldn't they be having a voice needing to be heard because they are now marginalized, according to him? Because there aren't that many of them?
Well, see, on the ladder of oppression, on the pyramid of oppression, Kyle, no matter how marginalized a straight white cis male, no matter how marginalized he is from or ostracized he is from society, he is still a straight cis white male, which makes him unoppressionable. He can't be oppressed. And so you've got that's why men are, killing themselves in Minecraft at a higher rate now more than ever, because they feel like they are being ostracized. They feel like they're being forgotten. They feel like they're getting completely turned to pushed into the corner and turned away from. And so you bring up a good point though. Are they marginalized? But on the ladder of oppression, no, they're not. They are still a straight white cis male. So yeah,
interesting.
We've got Flaccid Phoenix for 2 whole years for the queers. Woo. So here's 2 years for the queers. Woo! Thank you, Flaccid. I appreciate it, brother. 2 years for my favorite queers. Member for 24 months. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you, seriously, so much. And hope to talk to you soon. Maybe we can stream soon because we've got some fun ideas. But Yeah. Love you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Let's get back to some of this.
Getting feedback from a lot of people that we haven't had before, and so it's just part and parcel of being creative. We're putting ourselves out there.
Yeah.
I disagree. So, like, I think, people have been fired for tweets, or certainly like alienated for tweets. Like James Gunn is a good example. What happened to him. So, I mean, that was real. That was a job he had that was removed from him based on tweets.
But he's the head of DC Studios. He is now.
Yeah. I do think.
So, what do you guys think about that? Because that's an interesting dilemma, right? You've got James Gunn, who someone scrolled through his year. Like, I seriously think someone found it from like 2012. Like, what psychopath is going through James Gunn tweets? So they found a tweet that they disagreed with, canceled him. Marvel removed him from properties and movies that he was supposed to work on. So DC then picked him up because they were like, okay, we're going to take you back.
Well, because he was in favor of cancel culture, James Gunn was, and then he happened to have it happen to him, and then it wasn't good. It's like, well, then, guys, we're being too hard on James Gunn because he makes movies we like. It's not fair. It's like, no. This is just the same bullshit tactics that you do. Is it right? No, but we're down here in the muck with you, and that's what happens. Conservatives always have to be above reproach. They cannot go down into the muck with anybody on the left, because the second they do, it's like, see, you're just not as good as. It's like, always has to be a moral high ground. Conservatives always have to take it on the chin and move on and be better than. The second we go down there and play their stupid games, this is what happens.
Especially if I can't tell you how many times as a Christian, like, even when we do these streams and we will like bring up a video and we'll give somebody a hard time, we'll be like, dude, this guy is ridiculous, or I can't believe he said that, right? And every single time you get someone who's like, wow, I thought you were a Christian, Max. Max, it says love your neighbor. You can't do that. You can't talk badly about someone. And it's like, love your neighbor does not mean nice. You know what I mean? And I think that's what a lot of people may construe niceness with truth. You know what I mean? Because truth can be harsh, but it can be a moral good for someone to hear the truth. Hey, you're an alcoholic. I love you, but you're an idiot, and you are a dumb MFer because you are ruining your life. And if I don't tell you that in love and with truth, you are going to die, or you're going to lose your family, or whatever. But that wasn't nice, Max. That wasn't nice how you said that.
Right.
Like, come on. Are we really tone policing here? So, yeah. So to your point though, Kyle, yes, I don't think conservatives can play that game, or conservatives can't do that either. They have to be the nice ones. They have to turn the other cheek, and they have to be the accepting and the understanding. Even though the left is the cancel culture is the party of acceptance and love and compassion and understanding, but they're sometimes the most vicious. So.
They are the most vicious. I don't agree. James Gunn should not have been canceled. I thought it was absolutely stupid. But he fell prey to the same bullshit he was okay with and stood by and let happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Gee, this is a good point. Yeah. Essentially what Dennis Camp just said was, no, but he deserved it, but it worked out in the end because now he's got a job. And it's like, but not everyone is going to get the job afterwards.
Right.
Because sometimes people lose the job and they lose their life, like Ed Piskor.
Right.
So Jack says, if the demographic you want to represent is germane to the story.
As long as it's not Tito to the story.
I'm cool. When your book is a platform for your ideology, no thanks. Yeah. I think it's fairly simple. You can put politics in a book and it can still be good, but it's when you start to tell the reader you're an idiot if you don't agree with me, that's when it turns bad. So
correct.
I think we've come through that, but I think from about 2018 to about 2022, it was like witch hunts. There was people who were taking it.
He said witch hunts, and I thought he said wench nuts. because his accent was so strong. You know, there
Both
were wench
correct.
nuts. There was people that were wench nuts, and I'm like, what? Oh, witch hunts. Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
that makes more sense.
yeah.
There was people who were taking it in teams going back. They're called offense archaeologists, where they will glue.
Man, he comes up with the best cancel pigs, offense
That's
archaeologists.
archaeologist.
Go through millions of tweets from 30 years ago. Yeah, he's awesome.
Through 50,000 speech till they find something that could be a problem for you, you know. So that stuff was going on, you know. So James Gunn's probably the most high-profile example. But I saw guys, I can't remember the names of the guys, but there was some guys who were conservatives, you know, who were comic book people, and they just said something like, "I hope Trump wins" or something like that, you know. And they were kicked out of the industry.
Ethan Van Sciver.
I was just about to say, do you think that Mark is talking about EVS here?
And do you think he knows that?
It could be Mark, or it could be Chuck Dixon,
or Chuck, That's right.
Chuck was no conservative.
Chuck was at DC, and EVS was, or no, they both were at DC. Do we have any Marvel?
Yep, both
Marvel guys that were.
No, Graham Nolan floated between both Marvel and DC, but
yeah,
Shane
Mike Barron
Davis
was
maybe,
Marvel.
but, you know.
Punisher.
Well, yeah, but with the Punisher, that was well over 30 years ago.
Yeah. Germain means relevant to a subject under consideration. Thank you, sir. I learned a new word today.
Not Tito.
Not Tito. Tito.
Almost, you know, they were alienated and attacked online and so on, you know. And even as a leftist, you know, I'm a member of the most left-wing party in Europe, but I'd be aghast. I was like, you know, we're all here because we like the same thing. We just want to talk comics and everything. And there was a lot of weird stuff going on. I think it was very real for about 4 years. You know, I know some people who wouldn't get work at Marvel or DC for the political beliefs.
Wow. Well, there you have it. Overall, what do you guys think? It's a 4-minute clip. I think Mark had some really cool, really great guests on. But yeah, what do you guys think about that? Anything that stood out, or anything that we didn't talk about that you were like, oh, I should have said this, or anything? I'll take that as a no.
I was going to let Drew go.
No, it's like, I think Mark did a great job with it, and really he gave him a good counter argument to it. And my only hope would have been like if Adam or Carrie had done the same thing. I don't know if they did or not, but I'm glad Mark did it.
Yeah, I think Adam and Carrie probably did it the safest way they know possible. Hey, I just want to talk comics. I just want to say F anyone who tries to cancel me, and let's just talk comics, right? Whereas Mark was actually like, cancel culture is real. It happens to conservatives all the time, and it was a serious concern where people were coming at people in mobs, in teams, you know. So I think Mark actually kind of like hit the nail on the head there, or like drove it into the ground at the end. There was just kind of like, nah, man, you're wrong, you know. But Kyle, it's talking about offense and being offended and being so, sensitive. This must offend you more than anything. You loved this guy. He was the best writer all of 2021, I think it was, when you first read his 20th Century Men.
That's true. Image had a diamond in the rough with that guy for sure. So, yeah, somebody brought it up in the chat earlier. It is important to have different opinions on your show. That's important. You need that. That's perfectly acceptable to have that guy on there to explain what he thinks the industry is and be able to have meaningful discussions. I think Mark should have had somebody on that has been canceled to explain to that dipshit. It's like, no, this is real. This happened to me. Yeah. You're talking to guys who are legends who will never be canceled. It's like, you're going to tell Adam Kubert he can't work. It's like, are you fucking stupid? Like, no, he'll never be canceled. So, like, it's one thing coming from guys that are yeah, you're on a Mount Rushmore, like you're not going anywhere, as opposed to somebody cutting their teeth who are just kind of like, yeah, I have to toe the company line because if I don't, I'm out of a job. There are,
Yeah.
15 guys from Italy that'll take my job, or from South America, any of these guys will take my job in a heartbeat. So I'm too afraid to speak out, or I did speak out and I lost my job, or I lost this book because of this.
Yeah, it's funny that you bring up the Italians and the Spaniards, because in their case they don't, this doesn't make sense to them. So like I think I sent you guys that video a while back where your boy Zach was talking about Jim Zub and Conan, and he was talking about how a lot of these European artists are like, the breasts. How big can I make the breasts? I want them to be like a barn-sized breasts. Yes, and he's like, do it. Yes, please.
I don't know what that means, but all right, go for it.
But all right, yeah.
Broadside of barn. Broadside.
Broadside of barn. Yes. Big breasts. And like here, they're like, cover them up, shave them down. Don't do anything. And it's like, and you even look at there was a Daniel Warren Johnson interview. I think it was with Comic Tropes, maybe, who's another character, but
he's a jackass. You can say it. He's a jackass. He is. He's another one who supports cancel culture. So yeah.
Yes, he does. He very much does. I think when the Ed Piskor stuff came out, I want to say he was respectful. I don't know if he jumped on that bandwagon, but I do know that he's been on that before, especially during the Punisher logo nonsense. He was all over that, all over the Punisher logo being canceled. So, but yeah, no, I think even during one of those interviews, Daniel Warren Johnson has before talked about when he was illustrating Lona Steel Rose, who's in Do a Powerbomb. He wanted to have her have more Asian accents because the mother was Asian. And so he kind of wanted to show more of an Asian face, but he was too afraid to do that. So he was like, I don't want to offend anyone, because I was like, dude, your art is beautiful. Just draw what you're going to draw. Screw what anyone, if anyone else comes back and they go, she doesn't look Asian enough. Like, what?
It's okay, dude. It's an independent book. It is your book. It's not Marvel and DC. They could be whoever the fuck they want. You want them to be. Just tell the damn story. Like, case in point, Max, the story I'm telling, the pages I sent you, like that one. It's like, I don't give a shit. I am telling that story because I want to tell that story.
Yeah. And it's important that you do.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, we're not doing, it's not like Mickey Rooney or Breakfast at Tiffany's. It's like, it's not like you're dressing up as an Asian and doing that stereotype. It's like you're telling a fucking story.
It's not like you're Michael Scott, where he has like the eyes that do this.
Exactly.
And he's like, oh, my name is Ping. And you're like, oh my God.
Yes.
It's like, that's a little bit different, as opposed to just drawing an Asian woman in your book, like
Asian, making her look Asian,
making her, making her have more of an Asian, culturally, diverse background. You're maybe going to make
fictional character.
Yes,
a fictional character he created, not even real.
Well, I mean, didn't we have that with I forget which character it was, but people were complaining that her skin wasn't dark enough. And then they made her skin darker, and then they're like, "She's not black." It's like,
was it that Wonder Girl?
Maybe like, oh yeah, what's her name? The one who's just
Yara Flor.
Yara Flor. Yeah, I think it was her.
Yevon 4. Yeah.
Yes. Dominic says John Malin was the big one that explicitly got removed from Marvel for being right wing. It's one of the reasons Richard had him draw Jawbreakers, Lost Souls. What's funny is, like, I believe it, but I also believe that John can be a bit of a dick at times. And so I'm sure that it may not have helped his case. But still, nonetheless, no one should be canceled if they're a dick. Like, if someone's an asshole, sorry, they're assholes all over the place. they should not be canceled. They should not be removed from their jobs unless it's either breaking a law or breaking the code of conduct for that business. But yeah, the fact that he was removed for being right wing is like, that's so stupid. Carrie Andrews avoids conflict like nobody's business. Honestly, like, I don't blame him. Why would he get, same thing here. Adam and Carrie both say they avoid anything political on their social media. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. Like,
yeah.
I mean, they may have avoided the problem. Yes. But I like that on their Twitter, like if they just post art, like more,
they're professional.
Yes, we need more of that. Yeah, we need more of the.
That's what that's on my Instagram, my Facebook. That's all I promote. It's all my comic books, art. That's all I do. That's all you'll see.
Yeah, no, and I think that's what kind of differentiates you. You're a professional creator. I really like that. So, have you guys seen Super Suits? I have not seen this. Have you, Kyle or Drew?
No idea what this is.
No, I don't know what that is.
Super X Suits.
Nope.
No lo so. I do not know. It's sad that DWJ was worried about that kind of thing. Absolutely, man. He should just be worried about making beautiful art. Doesn't care what anyone else should be thinking about it. So,
yeah.
But I do not know if John Malin is right wing. He openly stated he voted for Obama. Oh no, John is very right wing, but I'm sure maybe during that era he may have voted for Obama, just because of the candidates that were proposed. I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have voted for Obama. But never vote Democrat ever. Sorry.
That's it's a bold statement. It's a bold ever.
Never. I'll just not vote.
Interesting. Well, speaking of voting and a whole new world order, let's talk about Captain America: New World Order. Drew, you want to run with this one? Because I didn't even know about this until you sent me the picture.
Yeah. So this, in case those watching right now, you're not too familiar with this. There is a new Captain America film being made. It's with the Falcon right there, Sam Wilson. And the film has been in, I don't want to say production hell, but honestly, it's a good term for it. It's been in production hell for the last, I think, 3 to 4 years now. And it's been the subject of reshoot after reshoot after reshoot after reshoot. And adding characters, taking out characters,
and a name change.
Added Juan Carlo a name change. They just added Juan Carlo Esposito as a new character to this film.
Oh my god!
It's like,
of course they did.
Yeah, it's like what? Wow! And so this film, I think it originally had maybe like $100 million budget, 150 million, but because of all the reshoots, all the test screenings. The budget has now. This is not hyperbole. It is ballooned to over $350 million. Now, the best gauge to see like what the overall budget is to take that production budget, add in the media budget, which is roughly about the same cost, if not a little bit less. So it's roughly, the budget of this film was probably roughly $700, probably $750 million was this budget. They're going to have to break even on. This film would have to make $1 billion.
I mean, this was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny budget, right? I mean, pretty similar to it.
This is Superman. This is the new Superman movie budget right here.
Oh, is it? Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm in the camp that the only $1 billion superhero movie that we're going to get for a while is Wolverine and Deadpool. It's going to make $1 billion, no doubt. Like, just is. Like, I don't know. Do you guys disagree? Agree?
We'll see how the first weekend goes. I mean, we'll see how the opening weekend goes. If there's good word of mouth, they'll absolutely get it.
Okay.
We'll see.
I hope it does.
So. Yeah.
Oh, you do? Why is that?
Yeah.
Because I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and I like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Like I generally like those characters, and I also want superhero movies to do well. We're comic book fans. I want to see these. It's not that I enjoy watching these movies tank, but it's that you're making stupid decisions and you're just, I don't know what the hell they're doing and why they're fucking this stuff up other than with identity politics and other bullshit. It's like, it's just baffling to me how this stuff actually happens. Like when you look and see what it takes to get a movie made, any movie, any budget, it's like how any movies get made is baffling. But yet when you see this shit happen, it's like, how has nobody been like, all right, time out. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, reshoot after reshoot after reshoot after reshoot, and scenes being filmed with no script, and which is on the record, filming scenes with no scripts. It's
impressive.
It's insane.
I guess this article even says in the movie is still undergoing reshoots, and that has now ballooned to have a $350 to $375 million budget. So it could be over 350.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't help.
It's seeing Harrison Ford look 30 years different in age between these reshoots.
Right? Yeah. My God, man, this is terrifying. Yeah. And there's absolutely no reason for like Infinity War, Endgame. Okay, I get it. 350. You have all those special effects. You have all those actors. Like that tracks. But for New World Order / Brave New World with Captain Falcon America. Yeah. Yeah, do you guys know if this is supposed to be their Avengers film? Like, are they trying to make this their next Avengers film? No? Okay.
No.
I thought it was.
No, it's just supposed to be Cap introducing the Red Hulk, and it was originally supposed to have the Serpent Society, but then that got nixed. So yeah, a lot of this film has changed in the last, say 4 years, give or take.
Yeah. Oh God. Speaking of Marvel, do you guys think we'll ever see Blade?
Nope.
I hope not. At this point,
well, Max, I stand correct. Hold on 1 second. We will see Blade. I guarantee you next month. We will see Wesley Snipes as Blade in the Deadpool film. I guarantee it.
Okay. That might be kind of fun. I will profess here live on stream, I did buy tickets to Wolverine Deadpool. I will be going to see the movie in the theaters, and it is the first Marvel film. Oh, well, I guess sorry, Sony film. Sony Marvel Sony. Or Marvel Fox. I don't know. The first Marvel film I will have seen in theaters since Infinity War, because I didn't even see Endgame in theaters. I was on deployment. So
damn.
Yeah. When did Infinity War come out?
2017, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Because Kyle hadn't gotten my new car yet. We were driving up to Flicks, and I saw the car I wanted. We were driving up there. So 2017.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess that would make sense because I was on my deployment 2019. And that's what we watched, a bootleg Endgame in Baghdad, Iraq.
Oh man,
that was quite the way to watch the series ending. So,
well, Kyle will tell you, when I was in Baghdad, the bootlegs I got to watch a bunch of bootlegs, but one I told Kyle, or the guy, was I got to watch the Rob Zombie Halloween bootleg when that came out.
Oh,
and, and we were watching it, and there's a guy who had just gotten into our unit, and I forget that I'm watching it. He was like, "That is not what we saw in the theater in the States." So apparently, we saw a completely different version of the film. On those
that's cool.
Yeah, you got the alternate ending because the two endings were very different.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, some of those bootlegs are pretty fun to watch. His eyes open this time. Blade from the TV series. Oh,
Sticky
that's
fingers?
right. Yeah, Sticky Fingers. That's right. Yeah.
That's the real
No
Blade.
one is going to know what that
That's
is.
the real Blade.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, that Blade didn't avoid his taxes, so I guess so.
Exactly.
Drew, didn't you send us an article from the Ashes? Wasn't that a thing that you had sent us earlier this week? No?
Say
From
it
the
again.
Ashes coming. Did you? Chris asks us. Did we see the new From the Ashes coming? It's Sentinels and Mystique.
Oh, yeah,
I thought you sent us an
yes.
article about that, right?
Yeah, I sent a link. I guess one of the new series coming out is Sentinels, and it is I guess individuals who have been programmed, as Sentinels to hunt down mutants, and I applaud them for that. That is a perfect fucking concept, and this is the concept I was fucking pitching like 2-3 years ago that I would be doing for the X titles, like a society of just like where the Friends of Humanity or whatever, hunting down the mutants. That from that point of view, and they're finally doing it now post Krakoa, which sucks, but it would have been perfect during Krakoa. But I like that. I do applaud them for this. This is the one title I'm excited about. This is the one I do want to check out.
Huh. Yeah, I had no idea about this. I didn't get a chance to read the article that you sent, but that makes so much more sense why you would say you want it to happen in Krakoa era, because Sentinels should have been hunting down the Krakoa era mutants. They were terrorists. So yeah. But I know there's like a ton of other news. There's the Superman suit. There is the debate that just happened, and plenty of stuff there to go over. However, we'll probably and Jim Lee's prices, but we kind of talked about that. Just real quick, we'll kind of go round robin. Superman suit, 0 out of 10. What would you rate it, Kyle?
11.
So it's so bad that it doesn't even make it on the scale. Okay.
Yep.
Drew Dolan, what would you rate it?
It's got to be a 2 or a 3. It's not
Wow.
the absolute worst, but it's fucking bad. It's not great at all.
Well, damn. I mean, what if Crypto's going to be there? Josh confirms that Crypto might be there.
That's great. I love Crypto. When I told Josh on Tuesday and on the live stream was that when you have CW shows, get the costumes right. When you have Brandon Routh in the Kingdom Come Superman costume that looks fucking awesome and pretty much page to screen accurate, and that's a CW show, and you got this, it's an embarrassment. It's a joke, and and not just on top of that, we saw that you guys shared the tweets from Axel Braun, the porn parody director.
Yeah.
So, like, he takes pride in his costume accuracy from the pages to screen. It's like, hey, you know what? I love that guy. That's awesome. And he's shown it how it's done more ways than one. But yeah.
Yeah, Kyle, I know you're a huge fan of the Kingdom Come S.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with it. It's a it's a retro logo, whereas the classic Superman S is a classic logo. You have a modern suit with a retro S on it, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't match, because you've got the trunks and the bright colors. Then you have the Kingdom Come S. That's a big issue for me, but I don't know if you noticed that or not, Kyle, because I know that S is like one of your favorites. So,
oh, it is. I mean, that's iconic. That Alex Ross Superman paint. It's like, even if you don't know what Kingdom Come is, at some point, almost everyone has seen that version of Superman, and having the black background on that, like, is just a perfect contrast to that. And also it fits in with that story as well. But like there is something odd about seeing that style of S on that suit. It's like it's hard to pinpoint what it is, but your mind knows like that just doesn't look right.
No.
So yes, I'm kidding about the 11 out of 10. No, the suit looks like shit. It's like all the extra lines in the suit. Like there's a lot of things that it's just like. Now they'll do a lot of it in post. I'm sure it won't look. It'll clean up, but like, it just looks off. That S just doesn't look right.
Yeah, it's definitely off. I told the guys on Josh's show on Tuesday, I give the suit a 3 out of 10 because it only gets 3 points. A point for being bright as hell. I love the colors. So cool color scheme, bright blue, red, stark yellow belt too. So colors are good. The cape, beautiful, long, like super long, like it touches the ground with the S Superman logo on the back. Love the cape. And then what was and the trunks. Trunks and the belt were my third thing. So it only gets a 3 out of 10 for me. Everything else sucks. And I get it, we'll do it in post. But like, why do we need to do it in post? Everyone else did it practically.
Yeah, it's Brandon Routh's costume looked like that, not done in post. Christopher Reeve, not done in post. Dean Cain, not done in post. And Henry Cavill, mostly done on screen except for the cape. Cape was done digitally. But I think everything else is brutal. I know Anna gave it a 0 out of 10. She's like, I hate it. It's the worst thing ever. Take it off the screen. She doesn't even like Corn Sweet. She's like, he looks like a twink. She is like not about it. So
I know personally, if I was putting in the amount of time he's put in at the gym, I'm like, no, make this fucking shit tight because I have worked my ass off. I want these fucking muscles to show. Damn it.
You're like, bro, you had me on a diet and a regimen for like the past 3 months. You can't even make this thing form fitting. Come on.
Right.
Gosh dang it. He's like, I better get naked in this film or something.
No shit.
Jeez. Well, it happens in every Marvel film, so it's got to happen in a DC film.
I hope so.
Oh well.
Not anymore.
Oh.
Yeah,
No?
the men aren't doing it. Men aren't doing that stuff anymore. They're the women. Yes, yeah, they stopped doing that.
No, Thor: Love and Thunder. He's bare. It's not just a hey.
To embarrass. That's right. To embarrass the characters. Yes, to embarrass the male characters. That's correct.
But even Ant-Man, he took his shirt off. Right.
That was
the
first
film.
film.
The first film.
Yeah, and even in the most recent Star Wars Acolyte, they had the stupid dude with his shirt off.
You watched it?
Yeah. Wow.
I didn't watch it. You watched it?
I'm dedicated to the game, boys.
Oof,
oh my!
Man.
I have a channel to run, right? I have to stay up to date on current events. So,
oh, Jesus. Oh man.
Well, talking about current events and keeping the channel up to date, let's talk comics because after all, this is comic shop conversations. What do you guys want to talk first? I didn't read anything on this top row, not a single thing.
I did. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I read 6 of them.
Wow, brave man. I'm gonna go check something at the door real quick. I think I had something delivered. Give me 1 sec. But while I'm gone, do you guys want to talk? I don't know. I think you guys said Superman was good, right?
Yeah, Superman. It was the last chapter of the House of Brainiac. I think it was the finale. Action Comics was, it was all right. But Superman, it had a good finish, solid finish. Interesting cliffhanger with Lex Luthor, I guess.
Being retarded? Is he retarded now?
I think he's mentally retarded now. Yeah.
That's what it seemed like at the end. He had this stupid grin on his face. I'm like, is he retarded?
Who's me?
Like, who am I? It's like, what?
Oh, it's he must have Downs. He must have Downs now.
Yeah, I think he has Downs.
Yeah. So,
but
he's now.
yeah, nope. Go ahead.
No, just he's now as smart as the son from Drop Dead Gorgeous. Congratulations.
Yes, he is, and that's the only way to, write Lex now. Make him a retard. It's like, okay. I wanted to take a shot every time Brainiac said "my queen."
My queen, my queen or intelligence.
Yeah. I gotta fight my queen. Where's my queen? I love you, my queen.
Yeah.
Take up my queen. It's like, Jesus Christ. I get it. You're a simp. You're Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. I thank you very much. I got it.
It's like, what's wrong with being a king? Why couldn't it just be him? Why couldn't it just be? You think he dies and boom, his intelligence turns up and it's somewhere else.
Yeah,
there.
like he's giving her quote unquote this power, thinking like, oh, my queen, I love you. Like, then of course he betrays her and kills her and says, no, you're just a fucking pawn. Like, I needed you for this thing. Now you've served your purpose. You're done. You're dead to me. Bye. But I couldn't do that.
Did I hear someone say, "Yas, queen"?
Oh, that's all Brainiac was saying. It felt like
nice. About time.
Yeah. But yeah, Superman in action. Superman was better than action. But it was good. The art was good, I thought. And then the ending. It's God only knows where they're going with that.
Well, I mean, even the solicitation says this all leads directly into DC's event, Absolute Power.
Oh. Not brain power.
Oh.
No, mind power.
Yeah.
Mind power, not brain power, mind power.
So Superman would be a recommend, or skip it?
I'd give it a recommend. It's a weak recommend.
Yeah, it's weak. But overall, like this arc, like this stuff with Brainiac, I thought from what we've gotten recently, it's actually not bad. It's better than the Marilyn Moon Knight chick, whatever the fuck that chick was.
Watch it. Watch it.
I know. It's your favorite character, Max. I know.
She played a major part in that story.
I know she
definitely wasn't shoehorned in.
No.
Wow, so not even a meh.
It was pretty fun. It was fun. I gotta say the action was good. Yeah.
If you guys read either one of these, you would not be giving this a recommend this week. Come on.
Probably.
Come on.
Well, like I said, it's a weak recommend.
Yeah.
All right.
Of our final judge. Thumbs up, average.
2 against 1. I can't veto that. Yeah.
And you don't read it, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you guys didn't read my pick of the week, so I mean, there you go.
Oh, it is your pick of the week. Oh.
I mean, what else? What else do we have? Blood Hunt. Absolute ground hero to zero.
Yes, you got Rook, Zatanna, Red Coat,
Helverine. I mean, come on.
God, screw it. I as soon as I was reading Helverine, and as soon as they got to the scene with Wolverine and I don't know whoever that was walking through the Pentagon, they said like, "We're in the Pentacle right now," or whatever. I just started busting out laughing. I closed it. I'm like, I'm done. I am done. This is so fucking stupid.
Oh man,
I couldn't
so fun. It's such a fun book.
I'm gonna show you guys a page because I cannot figure out if this is a male or a man or a woman, and I'm gonna get the chat's take here because I genuinely cannot tell. And maybe you guys might know, maybe you guys read it, but we'll see here. What else did you guys read from this? Is there anything from the first row that you guys want to talk about? You talked about action, Superman. Anything of note on any of these other books?
I would say just the others are just boring or stupid. Green Arrow is stupid. Daredevil is stupid. Detective and Ultimate Black Panther are just fucking boring. Ultimate Black Panther is just beyond boring. It should not be this boring reading that. Same for Detective. I could not believe them.
Yeah, they're both boring. I tried picking up Detective. I haven't read it in so long. I'm like, maybe something's happened now. I regretted opening it up and starting to read. I'm like, oh my god, what have I done to myself?
Is the art at least good? Because the art was like phenomenal the last time we checked, right?
No.
Huh? All right. Very well.
It was bad. Yeah, Green Arrow. How they continue to draw Amanda Waller differently in every book she's in, because she's in every one of them, is fucking hysterical.
I mean, this looks awful.
I know.
Awful.
I love
There's
it.
no way. Someone printed this and they said, yes, sell it. Make people buy this.
It's like they're gonna have her look like either Pam Grier, look like that, or look like a depressed Queen Latifah. It's ridiculous.
No. What's her name? Viola Davis. Depressed Viola Davis.
Yep.
I was gonna say,
or all the above. Yeah. Or Precious. Yeah. She looks like she weighs like 450 pounds, and wait, what?
Honestly, that's what they should do. They should make her like a kingpin. Like she should
be
be 7 feet tall and like 600 pounds.
Why not?
Sure. Because right now,
but she'd probably be missing a foot because of diabetes, is my guess. But that's fine.
But like here, she just looks like LaFonda from the DMV. Like this is not an intimidating villain. No one thinks that this is interesting or.
But no, she's the absolute power.
Oh my god. Remember when we actually got like comic books and there were like villains that had like powers and were devious and were an actual threat?
Yeah, that's her.
Oh. Yeah. All right. All right, on to the second row. I think we all read Blood Hunt.
Yeah.
Anything else? Because we'll actually review Blood Hunt. But was there anything else of note worth talking about?
I read Void Rivals. It was all right. It wasn't great. It was okay.
Yeah. You know what this reminds me of? I know it's not at all, but it reminds me of that Power Rangers series that came out that we like. It was really good at the beginning, and then it just became Power Rangers. Red.
No. Radiant Black.
Radiant Black. Yes, Radiant Black. Yes. Yeah. And then it was Radiant Blue, Radiant Pink, Radiant Green.
And we get people comment like, "It's not Power Rangers, right? It's not Power Rangers." I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
You're like, it's Power Rangers.
Yeah, it literally is Power Rangers.
Are you pulling my dick, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the Suicide Squad game, Debbie Wilson is her character model, and Debbie Wilson is slender. Oh my god. Oh no. No one can get her right. Like,
no consistency.
Because if it's like, oh, if she's 400 pounds, yay, body positivity, woman of color in a villain role. But if she's slender, it's like, oh my god, look at how, yes, Slay Queen. I don't know. It's either way, they win, maybe. I don't know.
Sure.
All right, well, Void Rivals was Void Rivals. Let's talk Blahunt. Wow, 93. Okay, all right.
As it should be. That's right where it needs to be.
Right in that sweet spot, right?
Yeah.
What did we think of Blahunt?
I'm sorry, this is garbage. I read this issue,
wow.
And it's amazing just how when you compare this event to what Mark Miller did, and when you with Big Game, when you read something like Big Game, you're reading it and you're like, oh shit, the heroes are fucked. The Earth is fucked. They do not have a chance. Through this whole event, any issue, I have never, ever, ever felt once where the heroes were like the heroes of the Earth are completely fucked, and I never came to that, never. And in this issue, Thor's fine, got better, and next issue is the final issue. I'm like, okay, the heroes were never really had to struggle that hard.
Yeah, I don't feel a sense of like excitement or urgency
or danger,
like
or danger. Yeah,
just kind of yeah. But Drew, I like your point of like juxtapose this with big game, and it's like now that's an event. Like like in a movie when you're like you realize that your hand's been like clutching the armrest, and you're like, oh my god, I've been stressed this whole movie. That's how I felt reading Big Game. I was like, I genuinely do not know what's going to happen next because I'm like on the edge of my seat.
If he had kind of like. This was a waste of time and money. If Jed MacKay had more balls, I'll say, if he had more balls and had taken out more popular characters from the get-go, not just Thor, not just Doctor Strange, but if he had taken out a Miss Marvel, if he had taken out all the Captain Americas, if he had taken out the entire Avengers or whatever, it's like, oh shit, what the fuck's going to happen now? What are the humans going to do now? But no, none of that happened. And the characters who we assume were going to be safe were safe.
You know what I do like, though? I do like Doctor Doom. Yeah. He's a cool addition.
I will say he was written pretty well here. Doctor Doom was written well.
If there's any positives to the book, I will definitely say Doom rocks in this. I think he's done well. I like his attitude. So, but yeah. Kyle, weren't you excited to hear that Varney is back?
Yeah, that's my favorite character, and we got the true leader start of the vampires, and it's like, all right, that's like finally I wanted this character, and now, okay, this means so much going forward.
Yeah.
It's
Varney, guys.
It's poignant and nuanced in how they write Blade in this. It's like, oh, it's not Blade.
Oh man,
this takes a steady hand to right this ship, and they continue to knock it out of the park. And it's not just because I bought the 1 in 25s, the majority of this series, and I need that to just keep going up in price.
It can't miss.
Can't miss.
Yeah, no, I knew that your favorite character was Varney, so I that's why I asked you about him, because like, since issue 1, we all said that Blade was not actually Blade, but that he was going to be imbued or possessed by a Dracula or another vampire, and sure enough, it's Varney, the first vampire ever.
Of course.
I was pretty convinced. I'm still not unconvinced, but we'll see. But in the last issue, I called that Blade would be killed in the last issue by his daughter. So we'll see what happens.
She will have her Slay Queen moment. It will happen.
She has to.
Of course.
It's like I can't. It's like even Mark Miller, not even with Big Game, but like even with Nightclub, his vampire story had more stakes, pun intended, than this piece of shit. Yeah. Like, it's just crazy to me how he can even tell a simple vampire story with kids learning to become vampires that has more just empathy, dread, terror, like what those biker vampires do to that group, but once they figure out that they exist, that has more of an impact than anything in this book ever will.
Now, wait, hang on a sec. I thought you guys loved like Strange Academy. Look, this is Strange Academy. They're here.
That's what they do. That's their one shot.
Yeah, that's. And then I was like, whoa, what are they gonna do? And they don't come back in the issue.
They don't do anything. He's like, yeah, just stand there. Go away.
They just say, here they are, and then they just stand there. So,
yep.
This is an off topic, but I laughed my ass off when I saw how he drew Doom here. He is so gay in this panel. Like, Do you see the one leg and then the other leg and how he's standing like? Well, like it's
Yeah, that's
like
a perfect statue of Doom. That's what I want.
This stance was hilarious. I was like, no, they did not draw.
Oh,
Doom.
Steven, no need.
Oh, no need. I was like, the leg
no need.
The one leg kicked back, the one leg forward, like the hip kind of cocked. I was like, Doom should be both feet firmly planted on the ground with his arms crossed, talking to Steven. Like he's bored by talking to Stephen Strange. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's go to that top bubble. It's like a grand array.
All right, so maybe it isn't Doctor Doom. Maybe it's somebody else posing as. Maybe it's Iceman posing as Doctor Doom.
Maybe. I don't know. This was another part that I had to laugh. Guys, let me ask you. You guys are writers. Oh, watch it. You guys have written things before. You guys are storytellers and have reviewed multiple comics for the past few years. If you have an Asgardian gate that is imprisoning a god, and you have to open that gate, how might one do that?
With a key.
Now think creatively here.
A key.
What can we do to a key? All right, an Asgardian key?
No, that's too easy.
Oh, just a regular key? That's not.
Yeah, like a car key. You just kind of, jiggle it in there. Yeah.
With all those chains, though, come on.
Yeah,
there's got to be something more than a key.
There's just one little tiny padlock that you just put on all those chains there.
Oh. Huh. Drew, you got anything?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be like at home you have it's like some homes have like that fake brick, by the door. They have like a key underneath that fake brick. So I'm thinking move one of those fake bricks on the side. Yeah. It's like a stone on the side. It's a fake stone. Hey, it's right here. Yeah, it's a key. Here it is.
Yep. Well, I'm sorry to say, but both
down here it's stupid. It's stupid.
Oh, it is.
This is really bad.
Both of you guys are wrong, unfortunately, because they have an Asgardian crowbar that will leverage open the gate.
Yeah, just having to find the wrecker. The wrecker just happens to still be alive. Sure, whatever.
I'm sorry, what?
So okay, Max, you may not be familiar. This is the wrecker from the Wrecking Crew. The Wrecking Crew, they have enchanted tools, Asgardian tools. And that's an enchanted Asgardian crowbar, but the fact that it's used by the wrecker to open the door, it's one of those head-slappingly stupid.
Well, yeah, you just happen to be there, and we're just at the right time.
Good thing I have my trusty Asgardian, crowbar, else we would have never gotten into this prison. So, yeah, pretty.
On top
pretty
of that,
creepy.
the guy who uses it too.
Yep. He just happens to be here.
Look at that. Bada bing, bada boom. Yada, yada, yada. The gate was open. So, Dominic says the owner of my LCS said that cover A's for key issues are actually starting to become worth more than the 1 in 25, even 1 in 50. Yes, when you look at Ultimate Spidey, remember when that book came out? My God, were people just buying that thing up like crazy. The issue 1 cover A was selling for $75, $80.
Bullshit.
If not,
we
more,
covered it on the channel.
If not more, let's see what they're going for. Let me see what they're going for right now.
Or maybe it was like cover A was like 120, and the 1 in 25 variant was like 70, something like that. Where for Ultimate Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah, don't you remember we covered this 4 or 5 months ago when it first initially came out?
Yes, I do remember. Okay.
Yeah, people were paying hundreds of dollars for the issue 1 cover A of the Ultimate Spider-Man, and that's pretty sad.
They're going for $80. One just sold.
Really?
Not including shipping.
Oh, what poor soul bought that? I'm so sorry.
That was me.
Even you don't make that stupid of financial decisions, Kyle. And you buy you not only do you buy ratio variants, you buy foil facsimile variants. So
And you're and you'll be seeing who's right about that.
you'll be sorry.
Well, Max, as you know, as they say, a fool and his money are soon parted. So there you go.
There you go.
And coming back, hey, these 1 in 25s, baby, they're going for some money right now.
I would love to see a 1 in 25 blood hunt second printing with just the Wrecker and the Asgardian crowbar on there.
Or just the crowbar.
Just the crowbar.
Just the crowbar.
Also, I do not know how these panels worked out to where Thor just kind of emerged. But
I laughed.
Thor's back.
I couldn't fucking believe it. Yeah. Yay. That was hard.
So Thor's back, I guess. You made it, guys, because Blade is about to kill Black Panther, but then did he just walk out?
I thought he just like exploded it and came really hard.
Just came everywhere, and then
it's like, oh,
I mean that does look kind of like splooge.
See,
yeah.
I'm sorry. As soon as I saw him come back, my imagination just started going to like the next page where it's like, Thor, how are you back? And Thor saying, well, I'm not going to bore you with the details of how I'm suddenly back alive.
Yeah, it's just somehow Palpatine returned. It's like somehow Thor returned.
Didn't he have a spike through his head? What was it? Or
he got hit with a spike through the forehead. Yeah, weren't you literally dead? Your brain dead.
Yeah. So, oh well. But I mean, so back to the validity of the cover A debacle debate thing. I've always thought this. I've always thought the cover A has always gone more for ratio variants. It's only in very rare circumstances when there's a ratio variant that's like on a low print run of a book that's already low printed. I think those are when they become extremely rare, like the Wolverine 310 or whatever it is, right? Then it becomes like, okay, this is impossible to find. But for the most part, I think key issues it's a better investment just to get cover A, especially with like bronze and copper stuff, like cover A all day.
Oh yeah.
Newsprint if you can.
Newsprint, yes.
Newsprint. So are we going to give this a recommend, skip it, or meh?
Skip it.
It's a solid recommend for the 1 in 25.
What is the 1 in 25 for this one?
It's the you got to go to the red band.
It's a dog taking a shit on the cover. It's a dog taking a shit.
It's Tony Stank in the grave underneath, and he's like banging on it, and somebody's burying him.
This is the 1 in 25 for just the regular. This does not look like Kiel new.
That's hot.
Boo. There is no. Oh, here's the red band.
There you go. That's it.
Tony Stank. No.
That's the money shot. That's what you want, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you seriously ordering all of these?
No, I have the 1 in 25 for issues 1, 3, and 4.
Okay. All right.
You see what they're going for right now? I paid less than half of what they're going for right now. They're going for like $175, almost $200. It's crazy.
I do not know what people spend their money on.
I don't either. People that are still buying them, it's like they're stupid.
Fools and money. Yeah.
Yeah. Because think about, Kyle, the thing that you just got that we were talking about earlier. Yeah. You could spend that money on what you just got, which will be a historical piece of work that you can put in your home, or a cover that will be forgotten about next week.
Correct. But it's the hot book right now because Cover Price and Key Collector told me I needed it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So,
and I'll flip it.
If you're collecting a series, you want cover A. Shitting on comics with MVP and pals. Yes, that is us. You know me. You know us. He got better. Come on, guys. Oh yeah, I guess Thor he's just better now. It's all good.
I got better.
All right, so that's second row. Third row. We read a ton of. Well, actually, who is reading issue 41? I don't even know how they got past 12 on Harley.
Well, that's probably Nerdette.
Well, I haven't heard that name in ages.
Is she still alive?
She's alive and doing well. Yes.
Oh, good.
That is good. That is good.
After reading that many Harley Quinns, it'd be enough to put me in the grave.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. There's some of these weeks. I don't know. There's a specific period of time in my life where we were reading Fire and Ice and Hawk Girl, sometimes in the same week.
Yeah,
I was close to death.
Yeah, those were the days.
Those are the days, boys. Those are the days. Whew, man. So you guys read Pound Town Zero Ground Hour. What is your consensus? Because apparently the fans love it at a 94%. This is the quintessential first kind of like prelude issue into the big event of the summer. Yeah. DC, absolute power. Let's go.
Second worst comic I read this week. I hated this comic. I hated this comic.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really bad. I would say borderline rip it. Like, you don't even need to skip. Like, don't even read this book. Like, it is absolutely awful.
I mean, when your main characters are Jay Nakamura, Dreamer, and Mr. Time. I think that was his name, right, Kyle? Mr. Time.
I think Mr. Time. Yeah,
Yeah, those are your main characters. Oh, and Amanda Waller. It's like, no, I have no interest, and I the dialogue, the setup for everything is boring as shit.
Yeah, it's Amanda Waller and that Dreamer girl, like in the beginning, and Dreamer's just like sitting there twirling her hair like she doesn't give a shit. And they're like, well, are you going to do something? And she just seems annoyed the whole time. It's like, well, what the fuck am I reading? You don't want to be here. Why should I be here?
Does Waller do any, like the cover of this says Waller wants the world and she's about to get it. Does she even do anything in this issue? Does she seem menacing? Is she written well?
She's just hiring people. She's hiring people. She's telling people what they're going to be doing. She's just kind of putting them into place. And
she's a hiring manager. She's HR.
She's HR in this. Yeah, and the Mr. Time story. God, I wanted to just rip this. I would have ripped this in half. Just
really.
And
wow.
Yeah, the Mr. Time's like, what? She's doing this? She's going to be planning on doing this? Well, I got to stop her. She's not going to know I'm doing this. And she's like, yes, I knew you're going to be doing this. I knew you're going to betray me. Like, what the fuck?
I'm 10 moves ahead of you. It's like, oh, of course you are.
Wait, so... Wait, is Mr. Time, is it spelled like time, like the spice, or time Time, like time?
Yeah, Time.
Okay, all right.
I wish it was the other time. If it was a spice, I'd be like, all right, this is kind of interesting.
Oh, what's he going to do with this spice here? Okay.
We're going to be seasoning over there.
Ooh, that's what he does. He seasons his little thyme on people and they burn up or something.
So that's like, you smell amazing.
But Max, I think most of these were written by Mark Waid. But the problem is, if you had told me Tom Taylor wrote these or wrote the first one, I would have absolutely believed you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oof, that's not good at all. Because Mark has been, well, for the first 24 issues of World's Finest, like, absolutely crushed it, I think.
Yeah, he did.
So, let me go ahead and read the solicitation. Witness the trinity of evil's rise to power in the can't miss, Kyle. And a can't miss prelude to DC's summer blockbuster.
Oh.
Yeah. The dominoes fall as the DC Universe braces for the absolute power blitzkrieg, the key to capturing metahuman powers on planet Earth will at last be unlocked. Bridging the events of Batman, Superman, House of Brainiac, and Suicide Squad Dream Team, the special oversized Ground Zero issue brings Waller's total dominance to the doorstep of the world's finest heroes. Using the combined might of Failsafe, Brainiac, Queen, and the Suicide Squad to do it. Witness years of storytelling. Okay. Culminate, brought to you by the Absolute Power series architect Mark Waid and the masterminds behind the Trinity of Evil, Chip Zdarsky, Nicole Maines, and Joshua Williamson. Wow. That is quite the solicitation, and you guys are going to give it a ripping.
Yes.
I mean, I would.
Wow. I need to read this now. Gosh. That's brutal. Must miss,
Look,
I guess.
all I know, look, this is your kickoff issue. You know, you want to really show and establish just how evil and how bad things are going to get. You know, and this does not do it at all.
Well, you got to give us a reason to read, right? I mean, like, this issue should be the reason why people are going to be like, I am totally going to pick up Absolute Power from here on out. At least I would think. I don't know.
That would be the goal. That would be my goal. Look, we've already seen this group of ragtag douchebag villains come together before. We've seen this. It's like we've seen Failsafe, we've seen Commander Time or Timekeeper, whatever the fuck his name is. It's like we've seen some of the people already come. So it's like, I don't need to see you hacking into Failsafe saying you're on the team now. It's like, well, we already knew that.
Yeah.
I need to see it again. It's like, no, but here's some more dialogue explaining why, though. It's like, I don't care.
I don't care.
Make them do something. I don't know.
Huh. This is also interesting. So I think I've led us astray for the past 2 years, however long we've been doing this show. MG just kind of broke the news to me. The percentage that we've actually been looking at is not the percentage of the score, but it's the percentage of people who liked it. Am I wrong? Have I been wrong this whole time?
I don't think so.
Because what he says makes sense. Because this would mean that out of the 236 people who reviewed it, 94% of people liked it.
Yes.
That's how I see it. Yeah.
That's how okay. And it has a 3.9 average rating. So a 3.9 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
That's high.
That is a 4-star book.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So maybe I've been wrong about League of Comic, because remember we were looking at these scores and we were saying, man, that got 100%, right? Yeah. But I guess what it's trying to say is 100% of people liked it. But then what would make it not, like, is it a 3-star book? Like, if I rated something 3 stars, does that mean that 95% of people liked it? You know what I mean? Like, what star rating does it get in order to count as liking something? I don't know.
I would say probably 3. It's got to be 3.
Yeah. Jack says Waller's a fat government bureaucrat. She doesn't have any powers. How can she be so dangerous? That is a very good question, and I think one that everyone is asking for this event. You would think they would have had Mora draw the interior since he wasn't taken off of Shazam months ago to start working on this. Or since he was taken off of Shazam. Yeah, I'm really surprised that Mora's not on interiors. I mean, he will be for the Absolute Power main title. From what my
kind of. Michael Jane is still doing some interiors. I don't know why, if they want 3D assets in their book, but sure. Okay.
Oh, God.
Sure.
Oh. Well, but there's a part in this book, because the art, I think, changes throughout this book. There's different
Yeah,
stages.
3 different artists.
But
Ooh.
there is a like screeching halt of what Amanda Waller looks like at one point in the book that I busted out laughing at
Oh my
how
god.
bad I mean, short, fat, frumpy, wearing like tennis shoes. I was just like, there's no fucking way that this is real right now because
She
it is
always looks like that.
hysterical. I mean, it is just. I was dying because of how terrible it is.
I
I'm
thought
like,
she
this-
always looks like that.
But like, not in this book. You'll see her at the beginning drawn differently. Like she's a little, slimmer at times, looking, more harsh, direct lines. Like, and then at this point, she looks fat and frumpy, and like she
Oh
looks
my
like a
God.
child. It's like, wait, what the fuck is going on?
Oh man, I'll see if I can pull it up because I want to see if we can find it.
You need to. It is hysterical.
I'm intrigued.
Hey, and when we say skip a book and rip it, that doesn't mean you have to go seek it out and read it now. That's the opposite effect of what we want to have happen.
But I thought you just said you wanted to see. Man, yeah, this is not Dan Mora.
Yeah, and that's your opening story. This is your and there's Mr. Time. Hey,
That's it.
Time Commander.
Yeah.
Time Commander.
Oh, okay.
Big difference.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
so yeah, they really do change up the art pretty drastically frequently.
Yeah, so you kind of see how she is there.
Yeah, so she's still got kind of like the somewhat business professional attire, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. See her there.
Oh my lord.
And then wait. Keep going. Keep cruising. Keep cruising. Right there.
Oh my god. No way, dude. This looks like a man. Look at how big those calves are. Oh my god.
I was like,
Built
who
like
is
a
this
brick
character?
shit house.
Yeah. I'm like, who is this
Built-
character? It's like, he's not Amanda Waller. Shut the fuck up.
Built like a defensive nose tackle. My god.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if he was in high school at 5'7" or whatever, however tall she looks.
Oh, I know.
Man, that's brutal. That's really funny. I mean, that is the artist's style. I mean, even looking at Superman, he's bulky as hell. I actually kind of like how he drew Superman here.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, that's a bad Amanda Waller.
It's it was a solid 5 minutes. I was just busting out laughing. Like,
That's funny. Oof. Well, let's see. What was next on the list here? Rook. Chess. Rook. 97% of people liked it. 4.6 average rating. Damn. So that's almost a perfect book. Yeah, man, I am really digging this series. Rook is by far the best thing out of Ghost Machine, like by a long shot.
yeah, it's not saying much, but yes, it is.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good issue, but it was more of a setup issue. It was just more of a, we've got this person, and we got this, and we got this, and we got this, and we got this. It's like, okay. But
Yeah,
don't
A
get
lot
me
of those
wrong,
different
it's
fighters. A
beautiful.
lot of Mortal Kombat fighters you can pick.
It is. I do like that they have now introduced like all the different character like modules that you can play. It's like you've got the ram, you've got the goat, the buffalo, the mountain lion, the deer. Like it's like, oh, these guys are cool. So I mean, I hope that they get to team up at some point.
Oh, and I forgot,
I could
it's
see this
beautiful.
being
It's
a-
beautifully illustrated.
Oh, dude,
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yes.
this is perfect. I mean, I was jokingly telling Kyle, but I actually do mean this. This is what Jim Lee would be if he were still working like in his prime. Fabok, however you want to say it. Jason is, dare I say, better than Jim Lee.
Not even close.
I think he's more consistent.
Jim Lee could draw with his feet and still be better than this, but it's
the big difference now is that Jason is doing interiors. Jim will not do interiors anymore.
Right. He doesn't need to because he's the man.
Because he can just charge $35,000 for a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper.
Hell yeah, you can, and get it. That's the problem, and get it.
Well, that's the thing. People
are dumb enough to give him that much money
to part with their hard-earned money.
Yes.
As he plummets DC into the ground. But hey, I'll draw a cool drawing for you.
Yep, but here's Superman.
Yeah, but here's Jadzia Axelrod's Galaxy.
Woo!
The corgi.
Yeah, man, these are just beautiful faces. The light, like how where the light source is and how he shades everything is beautiful. And it's pretty hard to get like a animal face right, and he does animals really well too. The designs on all these characters is just freaking rad. And wow, wouldn't you know, good looking, like hot people. So,
oh yeah,
pretty nice.
It's a novel concept.
Like, I know, right? Beautiful landscape shot. Cool little tortoise, Mr. Turtle
Man.
And then I just wanted to show all the different characters that we get. It's like, oh well,
any stupid animal you can think of, yes. As a person.
Bear satellite arc tank thing is just absolute badass. We're kind of seeing him collect like he's a Pokemon collector. He's like got to collect them all, you know.
Yeah,
catch them all. So he's killing all the what are they called? Excepts?
Yeah, they're Excepts.
Yeah. So he's trying to find all the Excepts, collect their helmets so that he can master them all. So,
get all the Dokuman cards.
Yes. Now we're talking. See, even Josh agrees with me, Kyle. Fabok is better. Jim's interiors on Suicide Squad were good, but not great. There you go.
Well, Josh has been compromised.
He's been compromised. Later, Cajun. Have a good night.
See you, Cajun.
No, I think Josh has actually has risen to a status of a much more prominent reviewer. So, ever see Jim Lee's other style? Google 100 bullets Jim Lee and click the first image on the image tab.
Well, I think he's referring to Jim Lee's death blow style he had back in the 90s. So here's the thing with that style, Max, is that when he did that, he got called to the carpet for that one because people were not happy about him doing that style. They said he was lifting Frank Miller's City style. Everyone was saying he was straight up grifting Frank Miller. And
was that when he was doing when he was illustrating Blood?
No, Death Blow.
Death Blow. It is Death Blow. Oh, it is Death Blow. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Death Blow is actually the same series that had Nick Manabat in the back
in the rear. Yep. The back.
Story. So, which I still think is better than Jim Lee. So, but anyway, you got Hardhead the Ram, Stag this guy is awesome. You can't deny some Japanese samurai warrior. That's cool.
Sold. Yeah.
Sure, you don't even know anything about him, but whatever. Fine.
We don't. It's all rule of cool, man.
We're just introduced.
Christ.
I'm sure we'll get more.
You would never see any of these cool characters in a Marvel or DC book because they would all just be the next color of the rainbow. And how much more gay can they gay?
Well, no, you'd see them in a video game, though. All these characters.
I don't play video games, so this is perfect.
Shit.
And then they hack into the mainframe so that they can talk to all the other Excepts.
Oh, so they're all exceptional together, saying, "Hear me, hear me, Rooster Man, hear me, Cockman, Coxman."
It's Cockman.
Yes.
Cockman or Cockman?
The Cockman.
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 Cockboy.
I love them. I'm the mountain lion every day. He just says, "Leave me alone." Thank you, mountain lion.
That's definitely a cat.
Yeah. Oh, see? Think Jim Lee could do this face right now? Absolutely not.
100% yes.
Jim Lee face.
He would wipe the floor with this bullshit art. Fucking terrible cross hatching.
Oh,
yeah.
How dare you? Look at that 5 o'clock shadow. That's a solid 5 o'clock shadow with the scars on the face and the beads.
Oh, that's a 10 o'clock shadow. What is that? Terrible.
But yeah, man. I mean, this page alone. How much do you think this page would go for? Original
Hundreds.
It gotta be hundreds.
Yeah.
Can't miss.
Well, it's all digital, so I have no idea what it would go for. You get the NFT of it, I guess. Yeah.
Faybuck. Does Faybuck only do iPad drawing?
No, I have no idea.
No, he does.
No
He does. No, he's not. He's not Michael Janin. No, come on.
He's not a hack.
Yeah. Get the NFT for this. The NFT is probably a couple $1,000. You can own that.
Well, with all that being said, about how much better Jason is than Jim Lee, I am going to give this one of my highest recommends for this week. Not the highest, but one of the highest for sure. So, Drew, what are you going to give this bad boy?
Yeah, I'll give a recommend. Yeah, absolutely.
And Kyle, I know you've been pushing your buttons, but I think you got to admit, this is a recommend.
Of course, it's a recommend. It's a fun read, but I'm just saying, it's a video game. But that's fine. It's just a video. It's fine, but it's fun. The art is The art is fantastic. You cannot deny how amazing that art is. Yeah. Seeing Jason Fabok actually try and do interiors, it's like, why the fuck can't you do this at DC, you jackass? Like, why can't you do this more often?
Because they can't pay him his page rate. He's probably like, I need more than $60 to draw a page.
It's like in DC needs to just pay him whatever amount of money he wants.
You're right. They should, but they won't.
Yep, they won't.
That's why Ghost Machine was like, how much do you want? We'll give it to you and more.
Yeah, we'll pay you double that.
Yep. And we'll produce the best comic book on the market right now. We'll blow anything DC out of the water. Because they didn't appreciate you. So there you go. Yep. But yeah, no, I'm definitely giving this a recommend. Nice. Zatanna. Oh, get the hell out of here with 97 people liked it with a 4.4.
It is Mariko Tamaki.
Dude, nothing happened in this issue.
Watch it.
Watch it.
It's Mariko Tamaki now. She knows Starfire, okay? She knows Zatanna.
All right, let's hear him out. Kyle, state your case. Why?
I didn't read this. Why would I even bother reading it?
Because you just already know it's good.
Because of her name, yes. It can't be bad. How can it not be good?
It's also Black Label. You know what that means?
Racist.
Woo! Well, yeah. I mean, it's definitely not a white label. So,
is she at least drawn incredibly sexy like she should be?
Absolutely not.
Oh. Well, the cover dictates that she would be. Look at that. I mean, it's enticing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes? Question mark?
Yeah.
Shall we pull it up? Shall we look at some of the interiors in here?
All I gotta say is this Las Vegas she allegedly lives in. This is the most bullshit Las Vegas. This is like the most New York Las Vegas I've ever seen in my life. There's no way Las Vegas looks like this at all.
Yeah.
I love the no background already. I really like that.
So yeah, I was gonna say already. What are we thinking, Kyle? You didn't get to read this book, so
I see first page right there. Those three things. How this is drawn, Dr. Seuss.
You're not wrong. You're not far off.
I still see
Look.
Dr. Seuss.
Look at this. It's the Whoville. They're in Whoville.
They have to be. They're in limbo. Are they all dead right now? Because there's nothing going on in the background.
Do you like diverse cast of Friends TM?
Yeah.
Do you
I like they would all be friends for sure.
Definitely. And they all come from the same neighborhood.
Thank God. This is the new Stand By Me kids. I love it.
Yep. Perfect. So, yeah, no, I don't know. What do you guys think about this art?
I already fucking hate it.
Man, it's not Riley Rossmo. I'll say that, but it's not saying much.
Yeah. I mean, my God.
Is that kid retarded?
It's something. No, he's the bully.
Does he have Down syndrome?
I mean, they would be putting him.
I mean, eyes are a little squinty. I mean, it's like he looks a little
downsy. Eh?
He looks a little downsy.
I think he's a redheaded Asian.
Oh, it could be a redheaded Asian.
So Zatanna is trying to do magic or she's trying to do tricks for her friends or these kids who claim to be her friends. And Zatanna wants her father to teach her magic, but he's like, we're not going to do that yet because it's too dangerous.
Okay. So real quick, Max, did she say to teach her or to like give her the magic? Okay, she did say teach. Okay, she did.
Yeah, I think she says teach. Yeah.
Okay.
You said that you would teach me, and he's like, "What do you want to know? Magic?" But she only knows tricks as opposed to magic. So this bully keeps saying, "You screwed up the banana," because he's making fun of her name.
That's clever.
His style as a kid. Yep.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Cut it out," and he goes, "Cut it out." And she goes, "I'm serious," and he goes, "I'm serious," and they just like start whatever. And they make Zatanna a villain. She kills this kid.
Oh damn!
She erases him from existence. He spontaneously combusts. But yeah, she is now in Vegas. She's got a free show.
Despite being a murderer. Yeah.
Despite being a murderer. Yep. Oh yeah, this was fun.
What the fuck?
Every superhero needs a self-help book on audiobook.
Yeah,
so she goes for a run. Same here, Drew. This made me laugh out loud. So her audiobook says, "Welcome to part 4 of You Are Important and You Should Believe in Yourself. Let us begin. You are calm. You are successful. You are amazing just as you are." You are just so amazing and you don't need to do anything, girl. You're just the bestest ever.
Well, this is what Mariko Tamaki hears. She's not doing any running though. I don't think she's running to the fridge, but
no. You are ready for anything that comes your way. You feel your power.
Oh yeah.
So it's just bullshit, self-help, absolute nonsense that you don't need to change. You're just good the way you are. You're perfect. Yas, queen. It's like DC has not changed a minute. This is Fire and Ice artwork, by the way. That's what it reminded me of. Fire and Ice.
Oh.
And
yeah.
Strong.
What the fuck is that thing?
Yeah. Strong black female woman, bisexual woman of color with the pink hair. It's like, gotta have one in every DC book,
Yikes!
It's like what fucking Las Vegas is this? This is not fucking Las Vegas.
No, it is not. Vegas is a dark, disgusting, filthy.
What year is this? Did they say what year this is?
No clue.
Okay.
But still, I mean, nothing has happened. She's getting ready for her event tonight, and this agent is like, "Hey, you gonna call me?" And Zatanna's like, "Nope, bye." And then she gets ready for her show.
Okay.
And She's still getting ready.
Ugh, what the fuck is that thing?
Terrifying.
What the?
What is that?
It's terrifying, whatever it is. So.
Oh my god! It's
Like
a
Cirque du
giant.
Soleil?
Yeah, it looks like a baby.
Yeah, it's terrifying. I don't know. And then she gets ready for her show. She performs her show, and then someone says, "We love that you do magic," and she's like, "I don't do fucking magic. I do tricks. All right, get it right, you stupid little kid and your old grandma."
Say it right.
Yeah, say it right. Say it with your chest.
Why does she do a free show?
Because she's not talented, and so she just does like some stupid little show for the thing.
But nobody in Vegas would allow you to take up space to do a free show if they're not bringing in any revenue.
That's actually a good point. True. Yeah.
I would just love to see what Paul Denny thought about this, because Paul Denny wrote terrific Zatanna stories. He loves Zatanna.
Yeah.
And I would just love to hear his thought on this piece of shit from Mariko Tamaki.
Yeah. But look, see, guys, she disappeared that bully. She got him good, right? So she's definitely a villain now. So,
I mean, yeah, she killed a kid.
She killed a child. Like, pretty sure you become a villain at that point.
Yeah. Oh, there's her lesbian lover. That's like,
no,
snap out of it. I love you.
This is her stuff. You've been a lesbian all along, Zatanna.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is her stalker.
Oh.
Yeah. It's God. Okay. I am so curious now why people like this. She's back. A pretty solid start to a story, which looks like it might draw yet again from the loss of her father and her guilt surrounding that. Broad style and bold colors bring out the best in Mariko's writing. Overall, I thought it was a very good first chapter introduction to hopefully a fascinating story, as more will be published over the new month. So people are saying, I liked it because it could potentially maybe hopefully start something as a story that could potentially be something in the future that might actually be good.
Yeah, because it started off so well.
Yeah.
It definitely didn't stumble out of the gate or fall flat on its fucking fat face.
This guy says, what a banger of a first issue.
That's Poppin' Polly. Pick of the week.
It is Poppin' Polly. Pick of the week.
It
still needs to be stated. Incredible art by Javier Rodriguez. The way it flows across the page ties perfectly into a story about magic and its consequences. Its consequences? You killed a man. You killed a little boy.
Yeah. What the hell is even that? I don't understand.
Look at all
who's carrying the water for this fucking bitch. Like, I don't understand why.
This is such a cool series. What makes me like it most is its art. Just fantastic, bold colors with expressive characters. 5 stars for that stupid review.
Wow.
The 5-star reviews on here. You need to make a whole segment, Max, of just reading 5-star reviews on your channel on League of Comic Geeks.
Yeah. That should be a segment every week that we do of just 5-star reviews.
Yeah. That's gold.
5-star losers. That'll be the segment. No, I'm kidding.
That's what they are.
Oh, it's terrible. So if you guys didn't know already, Zatanna is an absolute skip it.
Come on, everybody, skip it.
Oh my god.
But you know who we do love and who is not a skip it? We've got X-Ray Girl in the chat. Hello, gorgeous.
Hey, X-Ray.
She says, hello to my favorite boys. Yeah, the gang's all here. Check it out, gang.
We're here.
Josh is here as well. We've also got Amanda Wicked Virtue, another gorgeous lady. Thank you for being here, Wicked. I hope that you were enjoying your time with our lovely lady X-Ray, because you stole her from us from Dallas, but looks like you guys are having a fun time. So,
yeah, we'll allow it.
Yeah, I'll allow it for now. But X-Ray is hanging out with some fun ladies over in the streaming space on the YouTubes. Wicked Virtue, and Blabbering Collector. So, but they're having some fun, so that's fair. Let's see. You guys want to talk about Helverine?
No.
Oh God,
That's fair.
What is this book? What is it?
Honestly, look, this book, all it does anymore is just establish that death literally means nothing. Nothing. This is a character who is completely fucking dismembered. Everything completely dismembered. What, a month ago, 2 months ago, and instantly brought back. He's not even 2 months ago. Now he's a ghost. Right now he's Helverine. Cool, great. What do you fucking do?
They brought him back.
Shit. Death does not matter.
So quick.
Well, it's a fan favorite character, so.
Yeah, Dawkin. Everyone knows Dawkin.
The favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm about to show you guys a picture of an illustration of an army soldier. You guys, the fun part now that we get to play is you guys get to tell me whether it is a woman or a man.
Ooh, fun. I like this game.
What happened? Did I just... Oh, we're back. All right. Here we go. The individual in this photo and in this photo, in both of these photos with the family and then individually, man or woman?
That is a woman.
That's a chick.
That looks 100% like a woman.
Yep.
His name is Peter.
Bullshit. No way.
Incorrect.
And this is him as the demon-possessed Peter.
Also incorrect.
Also looks like a woman.
Yep. That's a chick.
Like, honestly, Max, it looked like X-Ray Girl in the pictures.
Oh my God. X-Ray, is this you? Were you part of the military?
Is this X-Ray Girl? Yeah.
Is this X-Ray good? Oh yeah, Josh, this is like our dating game.
That's true.
Yeah, no, I don't know if maybe this is a trans allegory or if they just drew him, because if you are an army special forces like Ranger, Navy SEAL, Marine Corps Raider, Marine Raider, Marine Recon, you do not look like this. Like you do not have that hair and that uniform. That is not.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe for Hollywood, but not where I come from. So.
Sure, it wasn't National Guard.
Man, well, it could have been because there were a lot of females on this task force. So.
That's right.
Yeah, a bunch of weekend warriors. Yeah.
Yeah. The weird thing, and you guys are going to hate me for saying this, if we got a schlocky, Mark Teixeira version of this, I might enjoy it. Like if they just leaned into the schlock and it's like demon-possessed army soldiers that have to fight Wolverine, drawn by Mark Teixeira, I'd be okay with that. But this is not that. So.
Yeah, I feel like this doesn't know what it wants to be. And so it's trying to think it's B-level, campy schlock, but it's also trying to take itself seriously at the same time and try to have a coherent story. It's like, no, just be fun and stupid.
Yeah.
It's Helverine. The title is Helverine. That is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
Lean into Helverine. Yeah.
Yes.
But they're like bringing up topics of like PTSD and this soldier who's like, I should have died with my men that day. You know? And it's like, oh my God, dude. Like, no, and then it's like, and then the next page is Helverine turning into like, and killing people and being schlocky. And then it's like, back to PTSD, depressing. Like, what did I do? I'm crippled by my depression. It's like, oh my God, man. You nailed it. It doesn't know what it wants to be. So,
Yeah.
and for that reason, it is bad. It becomes terrible. So,
It does. Pointless.
Yeah. If you're gonna do a Helverine book, at least give a schlock. So
Please.
Skip it, or recommend, Drew?
Skip it. This is unbelievable. Everything. Honestly, everything this week from Marvel is unbelievable. This is very, very, very unbelievable. It just how this is a concept, how this is executed, how this is delivered, and how I would love to be a fly on the wall during the editing sessions of this. And they're just like, yeah, it's great. It all makes sense. It's perfect. Yeah, it's what we wanted in Hell of Marine, just depressed Marines in the military talking about how shitty their life is.
Oh, might as well be written by Tom King.
Yeah.
Kyle, recommend? Well, we know it's a skip it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even have to ask.
No.
Come on, everybody, skip it.
Yeah, it's brutal. Let's get to something good here. Sacrificers, this is absolutely worth your time and money. This was a legendary issue number 9. I don't remember an issue making me think as much as I did during this. Kyle, I think you said this one wasn't as you didn't like this one as much, but Drew, I think you had said that this was pretty great. What was y'all's thoughts on issue number 9?
For me, this is where we really get to see the arc. We've really seen the growth in the arc of Pigeon. We've really seen where he's come from the first few issues to where he is now, just a brutal badass in this. And he is pretty much taking his wrath out on the gods, or the quote unquote gods, who they believed in, who they trusted in, and making them pay. And it's great. It's great seeing it. And Pigeon, the art in this is fantastic. And I buy the motivations. It's very enjoyable. It's great. I completely love this series. Oh God, I love that. That's awesome.
No, the art in this is stunning. I don't think the art has been portrayed better than this issue. To date, this is my favorite art that this series has had. So Drew, I'm actually going to push back on you a little bit because you said Pigeon is a badass. I think Pigeon is a villain. I think he turns full on complete villain status in this issue. But
I wouldn't say villain. No, I wouldn't.
No. What we'll see. I'll show you guys when he turns into a villain. Kyle, why didn't this issue didn't hit it for you?
I thought this series prior to this has done so well just telling more of a psychological profile on this character and what belief does to somebody and what it can do to somebody. I liked the slow burn. I liked that aspect of it. The action in this, like, it just ramps it up to like 100, and he's slicing people's heads off, and he's killing a bunch of innocent people at the end, like destroying, all because of what these gods, quote unquote gods, did to him and his family, and the retribution that ensues because of that. And I don't know, I wasn't a fan of all of that. It just felt a little out of place. But that's not to say this isn't a great issue. This is a fantastic issue. This is a fantastic series. I absolutely love it. The art is so damn good. I feel for this character, and I do kind of agree that he does kind of turn heel by the end of this, where it's like, you may have pushed it a little too far, and he does end up ultimately killing a bunch of innocent people, and he kind of stands by and lets it happen, sort of thing. And I don't know what that means for this character, but right here, right there, you see the eyes, and you see all those innocent people being killed, and he just leaves them to all die. And it's like, but after what happened to him, can you really blame him? That's the kind of a dilemma.
Well, and I think that's why Rick Remender is writing a good book here, because he could have Pigeon have a redemption arc and become a hero. But I think what he's trying to say is when people who have suffered and people who are marginalized or whatever he's trying to talk about, when they also gain this amount of godlike power, they too will abuse it and trample on those who are in their way. And I think that may be what he's trying to say with this. I can't tell. I don't know. But yeah, like if we were to see a classic hero, because he's killing the god, and when right before he relinquishes him, and sends this final blow, the god is like, stop, like help, we can make things better. You and I can do this together, and like tell me what I'm doing wrong, and we can build this world back up. And Pigeon is like, you had your chance, like a freaking murderer. And he said, look what you made. You don't make the world a better place. We do. Talking about like the marginalized, the trampled on, those who are less fortunate, right? Kills this god. And he says, we don't need your help. And instead of being like, now that I have the power, I'm going to go save the people and show them that we have the power. No. He just walks away and watches every innocent person die. He's a villain, dude. He's not a good person. And I wonder if that's
well, here's the thing. I would say no, because since he's gotten this power, this is the first time he's had power in his whole life. And I think he's not accustomed to that. He's learning about that. And I'm sure
by letting innocent people die.
Yeah. Well, he's a villain.
He is not a villain. I do not consider that. He isn't. No, I think he is still learning. He's going a little too far, but he will come back.
A little too far.
Point. Yeah, just
find people on both sides.
No, I don't see him as a villain. No,
bro. I love Pigeon Boy's my boy. Pigeon is my little Pigeon Boy is the reason I follow this series. Like, we have watched him go through some shit in the past 9 issues. And even I have to say, he is Superman from Man of Steel, a villain. He is Batman from BVS, villain. He is... though he now has power, he should at least be trying to wield it to say, I can try and help these people. But he actively goes out of his way not to help them because he chooses...
I would say, Max, this is he is a relatively younger person, so he is conflicted with a lot of emotion, and he has a lot of power. And not just that, he's taking it out on people whom he and his other people, this other culture and other worlds they believed in. These are the quote unquote gods that they believed in, and he is taking it out on all of them. And that they're not really gods, and they have been sacrificing people just so they can live longer. And he's angry. I don't see that I don't see him as a villain.
I think if someone, say there's like a corrupt leader, and the corrupt leader is in charge of a civilization, and we get a freedom fighter who goes out and he kills the corrupt politician, and he goes, all right, now that I've killed this guy, you're all free, citizens, you're all free, like go free and live your best life. And they start I don't know, and they like that's I feel like what he was trying to do. But that never came to fruition because by killing the god, it actually ended up killing their civilization. And he just kind of shrugged it off and went, "Meh, they're part of the, I guess they're just collateral damage." And I'm like, bro, no, you can't think that way. So I think it's a more realistic take of what people might do in that situation when they're given that much power.
He's young. He has power. He's angry. Do I agree with it? No, I don't. But I just see him. I don't agree with it at all. But I just see him. He's pissed off and angry, and he wants retribution.
Oh, I agree with that. But that's why it makes him a villain, because he doesn't help the people.
Exactly.
No.
He's Kratos in God of War. Like he's ultimately a villain. It's like, yeah, Kratos may have lost his daughter and his wife and everything else because of the gods, but I'm still going to seek retribution and literally kill everything in my way. It's like, yeah, you're still a villain, but I can still root for you.
Sure.
You're still a villain. And he will ultimately have to sacrifice himself.
But is he any more villainous than these quote-unquote gods who were sacrificing others to stay young, to stay alive?
Yeah, he's just as villain. He's just as villainous as the gods. He sacrificed all of those people he just killed for his retribution. He's like, yeah, I'm going to let all these innocent people die too because I'm on my path of revenge. It's like, oh, well, you're just as evil as them.
And if he truly was trying to say, now that I have power, I'm going to be different. I'm going to show these gods that I can be a hero, that I can save people. If that's what he's trying to do, he's not doing it very well because he, let those innocents die and pretty much collapsed an entire civilization, and didn't think twice about it because his sole focus was to kill this god, and he didn't think about any of the repercussions or any of the ramifications. He just was out for vengeance. And once he got it, he realized what happened, and he just said, "Too bad. Oh well. I guess that happened, right?" But if he wanted to be a hero, if he wanted to truly show the gods, no, you guys are doing it wrong, because, like you said, he's no better than the gods. So I mean, I do like that he taught. There's a large conversation within the book how the god Atlantica or whatever his name is and Pigeon have that conversation, and with the wife, how they talk about if they find out that Luna is dead, they will find out that we are all frauds. And I think that is so interesting because it speaks to politicians and how much power they think that they have against a people, because politicians are frauds. Without the people, politicians have nothing. And so I wonder if that is kind of what I think Rick Remender is talking about, the elites, meaning like the rich, but I read it as politicians, right? I don't know.
That's in there. Yeah.
Yeah, because he says they see me they'll see me for the fraud that I am. They know we are not as powerful as we claim to be. Interesting.
Very. But it's good. It sparks conversation and dialogue, and that signs of a good book.
And that's why I like it. I don't think I agree with a lot of the sentiments in here, because he's Rick Remender is trying to say that Pigeon is justified, and that Pigeon being the marginalized and the poor and the sacrificed and the ones who are lesser than the elites, blah blah. We have the right to take vengeance upon that's what he's trying to say. And I don't think I necessarily agree. I'd hesitate to go as that far, but I still really, really love this book because, like you said, it sparks conversation.
Yeah, and I think ultimately Pigeon, he'll have to sacrifice himself at the end of this to get any redemption whatsoever to fully get back on the side of that character. Because if he just goes on a rampage and starts killing innocent people all the way up to the top, It's like, well, that's something, but I think he'll have to ultimately sacrifice himself.
Yeah. Yeah, because at first I was kind of rooting for the gods, but then but they seem to think of themselves as the victims. And so I was like, oh, well, no, the gods suck then. And I was like, yeah, no, Pigeon Boy's our boy, but then Pigeon turns and Pigeon just lets everyone down. And I'm like, God, there's really no good people. It's just kind of, it's like, well, they're all kind of power hungry monsters.
That's life.
Yeah.
That's YouTube.
YouTube or entertainment in general.
Yeah.
Just life in general.
Yep.
I also put in my notes the designs of the ocean creatures and the water creatures are awesome and really imaginative. Pigeon felt a little off because he's wanting to, I wanted to root for him, but at the same time, it feels like he's living a perverted power fantasy.
Mm.
Yeah. Because, that's really what he's doing. He's just chopping people's fucking bodies in two, and he's like, this feels good, This feels like power. So, hey, if it were Punisher would be doing it to all the right people. But Pigeon's just doing it for the fun of it, man. And I don't think that's necessarily the sign of a hero or a good person,
Yeah.
I would say it's a character being developed. He's still changing. He's still in development. Okay. And who knows where he'll be by the end of the story.
Okay. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I have for this. Unless you guys had anything else, I think we kind of talked about almost everything. Once again, I can't express enough how beautiful this art in this issue is, particularly pretty incredible.
No, it's been great. Every issue has just gotten better and better, and this one wasn't my absolute favorite, but for 9 issues, for all of them being solid, it's about all I can ask for at this point in comics. So, it's a solid recommend for the whole series in general.
Amen. All right. So let's I think that's pretty much I know we didn't talk about Nottingham, but Nottingham is not on here, nor is Feral. Did you guys read Feral?
Yeah, I read Feral.
I read Feral. Feral's good.
Oh, Feral
was really good.
Feral was it on the sites?
I think so.
I went to my shop. It was at my comic shop. Went to go pick up a copy.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, Feral is on there.
Yeah, no, I can't miss. Every time it gets me hook, line, sinker. I've really been digging. Feral issue number 4 is no different. I think it just continues the goodwill it continues to have.
100%.
We learn a massive, what do you call it? We get a massive reveal in this issue.
We learn that cats can be assholes.
Well, we always kind of knew that cats are a little bit assholes, but, oh, okay. I guess Feral was on here. But in this one, it's like, oh wow! So you fully. Oh, and what was the Lion King Simba imagery here? What do you guys think this is?
That was a little weird. I don't know if it was a fever dream or what, but it was
like a spirit
odd.
of a different animal. Yeah. Oh well. But I did kind of like, it's got humor in it. It's got, suspense in it. It's got horror in it. I did like this little humorous part where they're all trying to watch the birds on the TV.
Oh yeah, on the TV. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. Dog shows up. Everyone thinks he's fine. Oh, just a little doggy. And then, oh my God. Jesus. Oh no, Lord, what happened?
No.
Yeah. And this thing looks disgusting, so And then, but yeah, and then we finally get the reveal that dun dun dun. Patch brings up the fact that I forget her name. Whatever her name is, she let Lord out of the house and left him there to die because she wanted to be left alone on her little perch here. Oh my
Typical
God,
cat.
this is so sad.
I know, like you look at it's like, oh God. Like
was like,
good.
I
Like I want that
can't-
cat
oh, no.
dead, but like
but not this dead. He's like half dead, half alive, and you're like,
yeah,
oh,
like just
God.
kill it. Like just stomp on its head or something. Like just
no.
put it out of its misery. Drown it. No water there. Just
Jesus. So
yeah.
But yeah, everyone kind of learns this harsh fact, and it's like, damn, you are catty, no pun intended. So, or pun intended. Yeah. So, but you know, she comes back. She's like, Patch, why would you do this? Why would you tell him what happened? You know, and you're gonna ruin everything. And he turns around. Dun dun dun.
No.
Oh God.
Oh no.
And he is slowly turning into one of the zombie cats.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, spoilers, but
yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, yeah, man. I can't. Like, there's nothing really that stood out in this issue, but there's really nothing that I'm like, oh, this sucks. You know what I mean? Like, there's just nothing that that I can criticize in terms of pace. The pacing is great. The art is great. The story is really intriguing and keeps you engaged. Like, yeah.
Yeah, as somebody who hates cats, I mean, granted I do enjoy watching cats die, but I feel that there is a lot of heart to it. Like the pacing, like you said, is great. The dialogue is fantastic. Each one has their own unique voice and personality, and there's a lot to be said for that. It's a fun series.
Yeah, no, it's rad. They're crushing it over there.
They are.
They're at Image. Well, the last one, oh God, I forgot about Jackpot and Black Cat.
Wait, you didn't read Pound Town #4?
Pound Town?
Yeah.
Oh, Animal Pound Town?
Yeah, Tom King's Animal Farm. Yeah, it's Tom King at his finest.
40 out of 40 liked it, and they gave it a 4.6 average.
Yeah, it's a perfect comic book.
Guys, for any fans of Tom King out there, he's not going to make love to you. I'm sorry.
You'll see about that.
He will want you to step on his balls in high heel stilettos.
Well, some people may want to do that. I don't know.
Maybe actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am not going to review this. It's awful. I don't think I have ever seen a score that low on League. I know I tend to say that every now and then, but this seriously, we checked the score earlier this week on Wednesday. I texted the gang and I told them, I said, this is abysmal. It was at a 20%. 20 people or 20% of people liked it.
That should be impossible.
1.9 average star rating.
For a mainstream book, yeah. That's impossible.
It is. I mean, this guy loves everything. I see his image all the time. It's like the Afro dude with the Superman thing. And even he gave it 2 stars.
Ooh, it's still a recommend, but not very good. I still like it, but
Oh, man. 1.0 average rating. God. Yeah.
Has this been canceled?
This was the last issue in the series.
It was only 4. How many was it? Only 4. Wow.
The huge action finale of the hottest mini of 2024 has arrived. Jackpot and Black Cat prove once again why they are the best heroines in the Marvel. Oh, shut up. They are not.
Jesus
Absolutely
Christ.
not. They are the worst.
No one believes it. Nice try. Wow.
But last but not least, Nottingham issue number 13. I'm going to give this guy a big old 4 stars. This is so sad that... Ooh, hey, look at that. 4.8 average rating. Good.
Nice.
4 out of 4 liked it. That's what I like to see.
That cover is amazing.
Sweet, right? It's pretty freaking sick.
Mm-hmm.
You should... Hold on, wait. Let me show you the back. Let me hit it from the back.
Yes, please.
I'm glad I got...
Oh.
So, it's so rad.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Nottingham. It looks pretty freaking sweet. The back is actually a kind of a reprint of the interior page here.
Oh yeah, it is.
So pretty sick.
Oh my God.
And then this is next week's cover or next month's cover. So
damn.
Yeah. So this is
Is it a man's book? Is this a man's book?
It's a man's book.
Okay.
But you also got to be smart to read this book because there are a
not it for me.
lot of moving pieces. King Richard the Lionheart and Robin Hood are outside the walls of the castle with their army, and the sheriff of Nottingham says, Little John will fight to the death in a duel, 1v1. Robin Hood, and if he wins, you, King Richard the Lionheart, take your little army and walk it back the other way. If you lose, if Little John loses, I will open this gate and you can walk right in, and no bloodshed will happen this day. But sorry, I'm just making sure that it was actually when the hammer of the righteous fury emissaries appeared to take desperate play. Let's see what. Sorry, I'm just making sure that I am getting this correct. Yeah. So it is Robin Hood that he challenges to a fight. Do you want me to spoil what happens to the fight?
Oh. No.
Say no.
Yeah. We'll pay. Yeah, because I'll probably want to read it.
What's happening? I don't know. It looks like who's winning, who's gonna win, what's going on. So I won't spoil the fight, but I will say during the fight, all hell is breaking loose inside Nottinghamshire, inside the castle. All of the merry men, all of the civilians, all of what's her name? Lady Marion. All of her staff, everyone is rioting in the streets. It looks like the summer of 2021. Is that when it was? 2022? Black Lives Matter?
Summer of Love?
Summer of Love. And that is what it looks like. So the Sheriff of Nottingham is besieged on both fronts. He's got King Richard to his front with an entire army, and he's got this riot going on in the back. And he's trying to fight on both fronts because he realizes that he's the only sane one in this entire situation that is trying to keep the castle intact. And so he's trying to talk to King Richard. He's trying to talk to Lady Marion, and no one wants to seem to listen to him until he finally just snaps. And he's like, "This isn't about trust, like trusting me or believing in me. This is about all of you owe me your lives because I'm saving every single one of you. I'm an outlaw. I don't need to be here. and yet I am, and I'm trying to save everyone's asses. So if you stop fighting, or if you continue to riot, you will die because King Richard will be here in any moment. If you decide to stop fighting each other, maybe we'll see the next day and we'll live to tell the tale. And so they all, well, I won't tell you what they do to the Sheriff of Nottingham, but yeah, he has this great big like speech where he just pierces with his eyes and he's like, everyone shut the F up and listen to me. It's pretty rad.
I love it.
Yeah. So
damn, I need to read it.
Yeah. Art, as always, just freaking on fire.
God,
crushing it.
He does so well with big, epic, like Gladiator, Braveheart fights.
Yes,
just massive scenes with lots of people doing lots of things.
Yeah, he crushes that.
Yeah.
So Nottingham was my pick of the week, but like I said, you kind of have to have read the series prior to understand everything that's led up to this, and you also have to understand, I think, the character development of the sheriff to kind of come to the culmination and the point that he's in. So I do need to probably reread the first series again to kind of get an understanding of like, okay, so this guy plays this part, and this is why this makes sense and things like that. So
that's fair. I probably need to go back and reread. I have the trade,
and you have
volume
issue
1, and I have issue 1.
Bastard.
Several copies of issue 1, I think.
Well, you sold one and then you kept the other.
Correct.
So, Drew, unfortunately, you couldn't even find this bad boy, eh?
No, it drove me nuts. I went to comic book shops and online, couldn't find it.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, no, I mean I thought they'd been pretty good about actually putting it up on the sites, but I have not been able to find the past 2 issues, I don't think. But
I know 12 is up because I read 12 online. I couldn't get this last one. They'll put them up at random ass times. They'll just throw it up. It's like,
yeah,
what the hell?
Yeah, it's true. You know what I was just sifting through some old comics. Did you guys ever read this one? I remember this Deadpool cover like vividly. It's like burned into my brain.
Oh,
from the
yeah.
90s. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's all right. It's good. I mean, the art is damn good by Joe Mad. The dialogue and everything else, it's okay.
Well, I was gonna say this is early Joe Mad. I didn't even realize this was early Joe Mad. Look at that.
Oh yeah,
this looks sick.
This was like his first big break, and yeah, he nailed it.
And I see like the instances, like the little like that's Joe Mad. You know, the little things that make him like this really screams Joe
That's
Mad.
Joe Mad.
Here.
That face, face and those arms, that is Joe Mad.
The structure, the body structure and everything. I'm like, yeah. But this was good. I mean, I didn't get a chance to read it yet, but I was just looking through here and I was like, dude, this is freaking sweet. I need to go. And hey, believe me, I hate Deadpool. Like I do. I am so sick of him as a character, but hey, Joe Mad, I'm there any day. But it looks fun.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then this was also during that same era of the same cover, you know. But this is a classic. I'm pretty sure this is what they did for the movie and the TV show. In terms of like Daredevil's intro.
Yeah.
Because he gets introduced to Stick.
Yeah.
How he gets blind. Or how he was blinded. All that good stuff. So Matt the Devil Murdoch. Yeah. So another great one. But just some fun stuff I was looking through. Oh, I forgot to ask you. All right, so before we head out, I asked this on Twitter and I got multiple different responses. Out of the 4 Daniel Warren Johnson title, now DWJ's had plenty, Extremity, Ghost Fleet, Space Mullet, Murder Falcon, Transformers, Do a Power Bomb, Beta Ray Bill, Wonder Woman Dead Earth. What do you think is objectively his best work? And then which one is your favorite? It's a tough question.
I would say objectively it's Do a Power Bomb.
Oh.
But personal favorite for me, I would say, it's the Superman Red and Blue short story he did.
Wow. Pulling in a ringer. Okay. I did not expect that. What about like short, like series? Like if we stick to just series rather than the short story.
Okay. Short series.
Yeah. Sorry, I got to hold you to a standard.
Yeah. So. Honestly, his run on Transformers, I love it. That to me, that's my personal favorite.
Okay. All right. Kiel?
Yeah, see, I would say objectively Transformers is by far the best thing. My favorite is the Beta Ray Bill series he did.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, you took the words out of my mouth. So I put, I think some of his best work, and objectively, I think he has never done better than what he is currently doing in Transformers. I have not seen him be this on every single issue. I mean, it's just perfect. It's just objectively what you would want. Objectively, Daniel Warren Johnson's best work to date. And I think it's because he loves the Transformers so much, because he's so passionate about it. But I'm with you. Beta Ray Bill's my favorite, man. Like, it's so heartfelt and it's so much fun. And like, hold on, let me see if I can. I'm gonna pull up that first issue and then we'll call it a night. But I gotta show you guys the interior art to Beta Ray Bill, because I was rereading this the other night and I was like, oh my god, this was so good. It's so good, and this is Marvel. I'm like, no way Marvel published this. Like, we're getting a little bit of Transformers here, you know. We see this in Transformers. But just like the emotional resonance of, he's looking at where his hammer used to be. You've got Hook playing in the background, Thor smashing the hammer, Stormbreaker on his own hammer. But when we get to Beta Ray Bill going out to fight, oh my god.
Jeez.
Soldiers of Asgard. He's screaming at like this massive castle, and he's got all this badass armor on. And I'm just like, dude, this looks like he could do a medieval type of war story. And then Fing Fang Foom shows up. Dun dun dun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. This 2-pager, I think, sold for $5,000 when it first came out. So
that's probably double in that now.
Oh yeah. Fing Fang Foom just like ripping people in half.
Oh.
And then you get Scuttlebutt. But yeah, man, how he draws like Beta Ray Bill and Thor, it's incredible. So, like I said, I will be 100% honest. I do not think this is his best work by any means. Whew, but look at that Scuttlebutt image.
Oh
man, that's crazy good. Oh, Beta Ray Bill here.
Man.
Just jacked as hell. Looks so good.
Love it.
But yeah, so I am in agreement with you there.
How about
What?
that?
So wait, Drew, why do you think? Why do you like do a power bomb? Or why do you think do power bomb is his objective best work?
To me, I love the family element. I really think that, for me, just the emotional tone and just the revelations that come out between the father and the daughter, and yeah, I love everything that's set up in that story. I love the messaging. I love the action. I love wrestling, and
True.
love how that's all portrayed in there. And yeah, it's a great story.
All right. Art wise though, do you think it's his best work that he's produced? Like, do you think that it is his best illustrated?
No, that's Transformers. Honestly, Transformers is the best illustrated book he's done. I've never, ever seen him more intricately detailed than with Transformers on every single page.
And see, yeah, because like with Transformers, you're almost getting like do a powerbomb level of kinetic movement, but with Transformers, because he's doing moves that he did in do a powerbomb. He's got suplexes, arm bars, you know, whatever you want to call it. He's got them all, but in a robot book. And in do a powerbomb, he did the same thing, but with people. So it's much easier to move them around and have them feel more kinetic. But with Transformers, that's hard as hell. So
absolutely.
Yeah. But hey, he's crushing it, doing the Lord's work. So, well, cool. I think that does it for tonight. You guys got anything else before we take off?
Not for me.
Nope.
All right. Sweet. Well, thank you guys again for a fun night. I know the gang is on assignment this week, but we plan on being back in full force because next week we should have a special guest. So
that's right.
Yes,
yeah,
we should.
Yeah, July 5th. So if you guys have not already, that's your hint. I'll start waving this bad boy around. That's your hint right there. So. But yeah, thanks again for hanging out tonight, guys. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to reading y'all's books whenever they get published. And chat, we will keep you guys updated once Kyle and Drew have their books out. Kyle's still going to take a while, but Drew maybe having his out. What do you think?
Oh, man, if Aurelio's able to stay healthy, if he's able to stay on track, and he said these last couple are going to be quick and easy, I'm really hoping we can have this out August or September.
Ooh, wow! Even sooner than I expected. Look at that.
Like I said, I'm hoping. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, that'll do it for us tonight. Thank you guys again for hanging out. Thank you for having a fun comic shop conversation with us this evening. And we will catch y'all next week. Take care.
Adopt or die. Thanks for the hits.